trying to score for him, trying to set up other people. But a really good player. You gotta make it difficult on him. You gotta make it hard on him.
The Boilers are 15-1 on the year. They're 5-0 in the Big Ten. It's 3:04. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
WIBC traffic at 3:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, looking at eastbound 70 coming out of the north, split crash. Northbound 65 after Raymond. That's slow into the south split because of construction. Northbound 69 northeast side slow from 465 up to 96th Street. Crash Fall Creek Parkway at 46th and a crash at 10th Street west of Mithofer Road. Traffic sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 21 plus. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Scattered snow showers with breezy conditions throughout the afternoon. Minor accumulations expected. Temps will fall into the 20s later today. Will fall to 17 tonight. I'm Wish TV storm tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is out. Jerry Lopez, also known as Indy Spanglish on social media outlets, filling in. It was in that spot yesterday, Jerry, the very spot you're sitting in, that Jason Hammer was snotting and wheezing and sneezing. Just a one big, giant, human, moist booger.
Now I know who to blame when I get sick this time. Last time it was you.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop it right there. There's no proof of that. And I just feel like every time you and Allison gang up on me when you fill in, oh, remember that time at Christmas time you gave us COVID? You give the whole office COVID one time, and then all of a sudden you're to blame for everything.
It was on Christmas, Nigel.
Yeah, that was a problem, wasn't it? That was a problem, wasn't it?
No wonder you're sitting all the way over there. It makes sense now.
I'm fine.
It's a setup.
Hammer I did see him, to his credit, wipe down your station over there yesterday, so you should be fine.
Hey, moment of silence for the 2 tires I lost last Thursday on these Indianapolis roads. Did you see that?
Oh, no.
One pothole took out my whole driver's side tires, 2 of them. So
welcome to Indianapolis.
Shout out to Indianapolis, the home of the pothole.
Shout out to the mayor. Like, would you go on the website to fill out the information as to where the potholes are on the official government site? Does that do anything?
Supposedly it does, but I just skipped it, and yeah.
Did you say supposedly?
I did. I did. Yeah. I'm at public school.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go to the Supreme Court. I find it very embarrassing. I find it kind of troubling that with all the issues going on in America right now, whether it's illegal immigration, which has been severely cut off, which is nice, which is good, but there's still some issues with immigration, deportation, crime, which has gone down as a result of the illegal immigration. Just a whole host of, name your issue, fraud, health care, affordability. The Supreme Court taking up their precious time hearing the case for trans men who identify as females playing women's sports. I thought we were kind of done with this.
I can't believe this is still a thing. Like, we have not, If we are still trying to figure out what's a guy and what's a girl, then I don't think we should have any input on any of these other more severe policy decisions.
But you know what's bizarre? I think you and I can probably point out the differences between a boy and a girl, a man and a woman.
We both have boys and girls. I can tell you what the difference is very quickly.
Right, exactly. And it's funny that you and I can sit here and, XY chromosomes, whatever, crank, no crank, whatever. But Justice Alito had some questions for an ACLU lawyer that was arguing that, hey, dudes should be able to play women's sports. Go ahead.
What is that definition for equal protection purposes? What does it mean to be a boy or a girl or a man or a woman?
Sorry, I misunderstood your question. I think that the underlying enactment, whatever it was, the policy, the law, we'd have to have an understanding of how the state or the government was just understanding that term to figure out whether or not someone was excluded. What? We do not have a definition for the court.
Sounds like Kamala.
How can a court determine whether there's discrimination on the basis of sex without knowing what sex means for equal protection purposes?
Pretty honest question.
It's just kind of like it's a basic question.
So we're ruling on sex. So what is sex? Well, I don't have an answer for you.
No, she said he couldn't. That ACLU lawyer couldn't tell the difference between a boy and a girl. Sorry, we don't have a definition for that. We don't have a definition for the court.
I promise she uses the word supposedly with a B as well. I guarantee it. I guarantee
it. But I'm just saying, if you and I could sit here in the studio here on Meridian, directly across from Channel 13, and in the Radio 1 building, and say, the difference between a boy and a girl is you have these certain things, biology, blah, 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 blah. And then we could come up with the fact that, look, you can't even tell us the difference between a boy and a girl, and I'm supposed to rule on who's getting discriminated against?
Yeah.
Like, that's basic stuff. Like, somebody get me a robe.
Yeah.
Give me a big black robe. I'll go sit at the Supreme Court. Justice Alito could take the day off. I think it'd be pretty fun.
You could have been a lawyer. Instead, you're sitting here with me.
And how exactly, right? Exactly. It's just kind of the light bulb went off in my head. What am I doing here? How exactly does Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson plan to rule on if men can play women's sports? But she doesn't know, if you remember this moment, this gem from her confirmation hearings a few years ago, Ketanji drowned Jackson, as Joe Biden called her. How would she? Does she even know what a woman is?
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
You don't have to be a biologist to tell the difference between a man and a woman.
What context are we looking for?
That was during her confirmation hearings a few years ago. Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Listen, so Nigel, like, you can identify as whatever you want. Like, as a vet, I fought for you to say that you want to be different, but you don't have a right to annihilate all the other women in this world because you think that you want to identify as a woman. You don't have that right.
I think their argument is, well, look, if they're on hormone therapy and they cut their crank off, then they have the same advantages that men or the women do.
Yeah.
Like, if they have that, that's their argument.
But I got a dog that's neutered and he's not a girl now. He's still a boy dog. Like, it doesn't make a difference.
It's such a good point, and I will say it's.
Ask these people what gender their pets identify as, and then ask them how they know.
I guarantee there are people who give their pets pronouns.
Gender fluid pets.
There are trans people that have trans dogs and trans cats.
They them pronouns for my dog.
And people really just don't even understand. Look, this is some audio you sent me of a pro-trans sports protester out and about this week. And somebody asked her why, she wants to know why they're splitting up sports.
Why are you splitting up sports? Like, I'm pretty sure a woman can play basketball as well as a man if she practices.
No.
He practice. Like, what's the issue?
It's interesting. Why don't you see women born a girl pretending to be a man? And there are those. It goes both ways. Why don't you see women participating in men's sports? It's the men that pretend to be women invading women's sports. Why do you not see the opposite?
Well, there's a reason LeBron James can leave the WNBA right now or go to the WNBA right now and be like the all-time leading scorer in the next 5 years and barely do anything now against the guys.
Did you see this? Chick from Indianapolis, Shayla Addison, was arrested for threatening a member of Congress. She's 28 years old. She's from Indy. She could spend 10 years being in prison. Listen to this. She sent numerous text messages. They don't name the member of Congress, and I don't even know if it's an Indiana member of Congress. We'll get to that in a second. But she was texting, this chick from Indy, quote, "Come outside, B. We'll kill you. We will kill you, B. And, quote, tread lightly." And then she started sending threats via email and social media. Quote, "Ho, we will kill you and blow that whole building up." Also, "Shut up, ho, I'll kill you. I hope you got mace, 'cause you gone need it, ho."
What an idiot.
The white boy rendition of reading the text messages from somebody that's threatening a member of Congress. Now, they didn't name the member, only that it was a member who served in the position since 2021. I mean, I think that's Victoria Spartz and Frank Mervan. Both did that, but I don't even know if they're from Indiana or not. It doesn't name it, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. And this isn't the first time this chick, by the way, has been arrested for making threats.
Nigel, I need you to go back to what it says after what you just read on the rundown, because it's hilarious. That would make it,
Well, no, look, we don't know who she was threatening in Congress. I don't know that we need to know, but if it was from somebody else from Indiana, if it was a congressperson from Indiana, it was either Victoria Spartz or Frank Mervan, because they've both been since 21. And I'm guessing she's not calling Frank a hoe. I guess she's not using the word hoe for Frank. I don't know. She's crazy. Because this isn't the first time she's been arrested for making threats. She called a Firehouse Subs in Brownsburg and threatened to shoot or blow up the store in 2019. And then 2023, charged with pouring gasoline on the front porch of a house, threatening to, quote, burn the place down. Both incidents pled guilty. Probation. Surprised? No, neither am I. Nat Bayer, what's up with traffic?
All right, guys, looking at a crash on the northeast side. That's Allisonville Road at 71st. Semi against a car. The car is now in a ditch I would avoid for the moment. Crash, Fall Creek Parkway, 46th Street. South side crash. Northbound 65 approaching the south split. We're on the exit ramp and backed up past Raymond Street for a delay of 6 minutes. Also southbound 6570 downtown. Stop and go traffic, Michigan Street into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts, and basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at indianafoundation.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
30 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, 93 WIBC. Coming up next, oh boy, cringeworthy, Jerry. Stephen A. Smith kind of made an awful mistake while he was talking about the Texans-Steelers game. I'll have that for you next, 93 WIBC.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning? Find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
You know, I don't plan on retiring anytime soon, but there's a difference between planning on retiring and planning for retirement. If you're planning on retiring or just want to plan ahead for 20 years down the road, get with Bill Demery, your retirement guy right here in Indy. The most important thing that's going to help you maintain your lifestyle when you retire is income. So you have a consistent and steady stream of income that will enable you to do all the things you want to do in retirement. So there are strategies that could give you a 20% upfront bonus and a strong return that's averaged nearly 10% a year, and it's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world.
Think of it as creating your own personal pension. Learn more from the retirement guy that we trust, Bill Demery, right here in Indy. Call 317-805-4716. That's 317-805-4716. 317-805-4716, or visit yourretirementguy.com.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joiner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joiner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana, and the best place to start is joinerhomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joiner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes, and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joiner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at joinerhomes.com.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Get 20% off a reverse osmosis system, dechlorinator, or iron filter. Standalone or added to your existing softener. Lowest price of the year, C&J. 317-733-SOFT, cnjwater.com.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Those goofy bastards are just the best thing I've got going in this crazy world.
93 WIPC.
Yeah, this audio here from Stephen A. Smith on the show First Take on ESPN's pretty, as the kids would say, cringe. Jerry Lopez over there filling in for Hammer. My name is Nigel. I'm so ADD in the morning. I get up and I've got WIBC on the app on my phone. I got that on. And then immediately when I go downstairs, get the kids breakfast and get everybody ready, feed the dog, whatever, I turn the TV on too. I go straight to Wish TV. So I got Wish TV on in the background, the TV. I'm listening to WIBC on the app. And then at 10 o'clock after the news is over, I turn it to ESPN and just have ESPN on in the background with WIBC on the app. I'm doing work, prepping, whatever, and it's just background noise to me, and I like it. And so I don't mind Stephen A. Smith. Hammer and I talk about him quite frequently. He's the highest paid talking head there at ESPN. He's got strong takes, don't always agree with him. I feel like he was kind of a little, back in the day, race baitish. I feel like it's been tamped down a little bit. He's kind of exploring. He's dipping his toes into the political waters, Jerry. Would that assessment, would you agree with that?
Yeah, that's fair. He's tried to make himself more of a left side Tucker type of guy, trying to be more political wise, not as many hot takes. And there for a second, remember, he was polling for being the Democratic nominee.
That's right. That's right. And I feel like he's a little more reasonable than some of the, the AOCs and Jasmine Crockett's. And we'll get to Jasmine Crockett here in a minute with him. But listen to this. I mean, it happens sometimes. I get it. You're talking off the top of your head and you say somebody's name wrong. So he was talking about the game that wide receiver Christian Kirk had for the Texans against the Steelers. Okay? Stud. 8 passes, 144 yards, and a touchdown. And then the Texans went on to win in the fourth quarter, 30-6. And they're going to face the Patriots this Sunday. But so the guy's name's Christian Kirk, right? So here's what Stephen A. Smith said.
That's what we saw. We saw Charlie Kirk
catch 8 receptions for 144 yards.
No, he didn't.
We saw
Christian
Kirk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Christian. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh my God, Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
We saw.
Man, that's awful. I know I've been there. I can't think of a specific thing off the top of my head, but I know I've been thinking one thing and said another and meant to say, I didn't mean to say it. I don't think I've ever made quite the same mistake on national TV like that. But that was kind of cringe.
It was cringe, but the internet moves fast. I think I just posted a video of Charlie Kirk catching passes from C.J. Stroud where somebody made a video of it.
You're kidding me.
No, and it says, like, Charlie Kirk did this, and it's Charlie animated catching passes doing stuff.
Dear God. So, you can't be mad at somebody for that, but it's just a viral moment that's spreading across social media, and it's kind of cringe, but it's nice to know guys like me here locally. And I say locally, but people listen to us all over the country on the app, the WIBC app that you can download. But it's nice to know that even guys that get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars make the same mistake that average, ordinary, everyday Joe six-packs like you and I could make.
Yeah, and listen, there's a huge chance he just saw Kirk and then 8 catches, 144. And the first thing we always think is Charlie when you hear Kirk.
Sure.
And it's even C. Kirk, Christian.
Yeah.
So,
yes. Okay, so Jasmine Crockett, she is the congresswoman out of Texas, wants to be a senator.
She's proof that anybody can do anything if you put your mind to it.
She is even further. I think she's like the new face of the squad almost.
Yeah. Well, she's like the only person left dumb enough to still be in the squad. The rest of them have kind of been quiet.
They've kind of faded off into the background, AOC and the like, and the like. So Jasmine Crockett, it's Stephen A. Smith again. She calls out Stephen A. Smith, and I'm not even quite sure. Maybe you can help explain. Jasmine Crockett called Stephen A. Smith a modern-day Django.
Yeah, and you know what this is? This is the typical response that minorities on the left give any other minority that's not lock and step with that ideology, right? That's the sellout, that's the Uncle Tom, that's the modern-day Django, because you are criticizing other minorities, right? They want groupthink. So the moment, I think he criticized Crockett for something, and then she comes back immediately with this racial undertone.
What's the Django, though? Like Django Unchained?
the movie. Yeah. So basically,
Like
you're the
Jamie Foxx?
one working for the slave master type deal.
Wow.
Well, how offensive, right? How offensive.
Wow, because sometimes Stephen A. Smith doesn't toe the party line.
100%.
The Democrats?
Yeah. That's what because you have the audacity to criticize a black woman as a black man. You are working for the slave master.
Here is Stephen A. Smith calling out Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett has been invited on this show multitude of times. You sitting down talking to everybody else. How come you ain't sit down and talk to me? Scared of what I'm going to ask? I don't know. I have no clue. But if you're going to say something like that about somebody, hell, say it to their face.
Say it to my face. I would love to see Crockett go on with Stephen.
She's not showing up.
That would be appointment watching right there. I've thought of you when I saw this online poll. People talking about unexpectedly dangerous sports.
Okay.
So there's some good ones here, like water polo is brutal. Sumo wrestling is unexpectedly dangerous. Apparently, cheerleading, not enough safety regulations for cheerleading in high school sports. Tug of war.
That's a weird
Jerry.
one.
Tug of war. If you look in the Wikipedia page, it lists death and dismemberment in accidents
from tug of war.
Like that, people don't really understand the physics.
What are they tugging on?
The rope is not rated for tension, and it snaps with the force of the combined pull. Snaps back, and you can kill people on impact. Look what happened to Anthony Richardson.
Well, that's true.
Right
Yeah.
when he was stretching out that
elastic stretchy band,
elastic workout stretchy band, and he slipped out of his hand and hit him in the
literally
eye socket.
Literally took an eye out.
But the other unexpectedly dangerous quote unquote sport, and I thought of you immediately, according to the survey, was darts.
What?
You love a good game of darts at the local pub, don't you?
I do.
They're saying darts, and it's not just the risk of you getting hit in the back. It's alcoholism.
Well, they may have a point.
Cirrhosis of the liver. It's like the only sport you compete at in pubs. You drink. It helps calm your nerves. You smoke when it's not your turn. Darts, bowling, golf, billiards. But darts, I thought of you. When's the last time you played darts?
A couple days ago. Did have some drinks. Probably will play today.
You still burning heaters?
No,
or
cigars.
You quit? Oh, well,
Hitting cigars.
that doesn't count.
It is different. Yeah, it is different.
All right.
And every now and then you'll hear me on the pod like,
what is the Pimp Your Podcast with
Ash,
Alvy?
Yeah, Ash, ASH holes. Those Ash holes, just smoking
You
cigars and talking trash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
me
had-
and Brian Alvey. Yeah, great show. Releases on Fridays and it's on YouTube.
Excellent. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I've started my journey with the Good Feet store. You guys know I've had the plantar fasciitis issues, that pain that takes place in your heel, and you're like, what's happening here? So I went to the Good Feet store, talked to the trusted team of arch support specialists. You know, when your feet don't feel good, it affects you physically, mentally, emotionally. It puts a strain on everything. The Good Feet premium arch supports and the personalized approach to fitting are the smartest investment you can make in your self-care journey. And the first step is realizing that you're worth it. For every foot, every lifestyle, the Good Feet store offers the possibility of a pain-free future, empowering anyone to achieve their full potential. There's a free, no obligation, personalized fitting. That's the key to Good Feet's value. I'm starting my journey with Good Feet. You should do the same. Made in the USA, consists of 100% US origin materials. Good Feet has 2 Indy area locations, at Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off of 65. Be sure to tell them Tony Cat sent you. Online at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
When the cold takes over, Bassett Services is the name you can trust to keep your home warm and safe. From furnace repairs to full system replacements, we provide reliable solutions with care and professionalism. For urgent repairs or routine maintenance, Bassett delivers service you can depend on. We've been the first call for heating and cooling in Indianapolis for decades, so sound the hound at BassettServices.com for all your heating needs. Bassett Services.
Always by your side.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Temperatures dropping, snow falling. That snow continuing to fall through central and southern Indiana right now. It's also cloudy and 30 degrees at our Radio 1 studios. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:30. Northwest winds could gust up to 35 miles an hour all throughout the state as we get into the evening, making it feel even colder.
We're forecasting lows in the teens tonight, and combined with the wind chills may be near zero tomorrow when you wake up. So that'll definitely be a bit of a shock to the system compared to the 50 degrees we had yesterday and the 45 degrees we have right now here in the India.
Matt Eckhoff at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says a weak system could bring light snow Thursday night into Friday, with some areas returning 1 to 2 inches before the cold comes back. President Trump wants the U.S. to control Greenland for the sake of national security, but Greenlandic Foreign Minister Vivian Motzfeldt spoke about that today in D.C.
How important it is from our side to strengthen our cooperation with the United States, but that doesn't mean that we want to be owned by the United States.
She also spoke with Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. President Trump bringing whole milk back to school cafeterias. He signed a bipartisan bill today that reversed Obama-era restrictions to allow schools to offer whole and 2% milk. The president says the move will also help American dairy farmers. The Justice Department suing the state of Minnesota over several things, but Fox's Carmen Roberts reports on the latest lawsuit.
The DOJ said in a statement it is suing the state over its affirmative action program, which requires state agencies to consider sex and race in all staffing and personnel issues, something the DOJ says violates Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. U.S. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon pointed to the Supreme Court decision in 2023 to end the use of race as a factor in college admissions, and said this case is the next logical step. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
And Disneyland will introduce classic Star Wars characters to its Galaxy's Edge lands this spring. The Anaheim, California theme parked
announced that Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Han Solo will begin roaming the land starting April 29th. It's 3:33, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with the free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
WIBC traffic at 3:35. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, on the northeast side, it's Lawrence. We have a stall. It's northbound 465 at East 71st. Left lane is blocked. Traffic backed up to I-70 for delay time of 12 minutes. Crash clear south side, northbound 65 approaching the south split. Still slow back to Raymond Street in that construction zone. Southbound 6570 jams north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 slow to the south split from Harding Street. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
A few snow showers, partly cloudy overnight. It's going to be cold with lows near 17. We'll look for some sunshine on Thursday, breezy and cold with highs only near 26. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
More than 100 million wild animals are killed each year illegally. Poaching is a major threat to our country's wildlife. I'm Tom Barry. I'm an actor with a desire to preserve living space for wildlife. The Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust does just that. Works with private landowners to protect wildlife, to preserve natural habitats. To learn more or to work with the Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust, call 800-729-SAVE. That's 800-729-SAVE, or visit wildlifelandtrust.org. Thank you.
Hammer Nigel Show. Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is out. Jerry Lopez, J-Lo, at Indy Spanglish on the socials, if you need it, is filling in for Hammer. Let's go to my favorite scare website. Website I used to frequent quite often, even in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. I stopped going there during COVID because every headline would scare the crap out of me. World is ending type headlines, right? And it's the Drudge Report. And, of course, my computer's not working. Can you pull up the Drudge Report on your computer there?
Yeah. I used to go to the Drudge all the time. The Drudge has changed, for sure. It's definitely
changed.
gone left.
I don't think the Drudge guy works there anymore, actually. I don't think he's a part of it. And but the scare headlines and just stuff that...
Oh, first headline, 24 hours, all red.
Yeah, go to Drudge Report, 24 hours. And then I'm like, wait a minute. And then the Iranian flag is right above that.
With missiles.
No clip art. If you see that siren, that police siren, that's a clip art thing going round and around, that's when you know it's really serious. Now, red is serious. Normal headline is just black font, right? Drudge is this website, if you're not familiar with it, it's just this with headlines all over the place from all over the world. It's like an aggregate website where you can click. But, U.S. military intervention in Iran may begin within 24 hours, European officials say. So that was the 24 hours headline in red. An unnamed Israeli official also has said it appeared Trump had decided to intervene, though the scope and timing remains unclear. We're seeing millions of people protests all over that authoritarian, oppressive country. And we've seen it before. It's not new. I don't know what's different about this than the other times we've seen uprisings, because following these uprisings, you also see the same thing, an oppressive, murderous military killing its own citizens. I saw footage of, I didn't necessarily see footage of people getting mowed down by guns, but I heard like lots and tons of military gunfire.
Yeah, we see people get ran over by military vehicles. They just run through the middle of the protest. And here's a red headline for you from Drudge. Tehran issues Trump assassination threat. This time the bullet won't miss.
Wow. That's on Drudge?
Yeah.
Well, of course. They say that all the time. And then they say they're going to hit military bases in proximity to Iran. And now you have, you see military bases being
but they have to do this. They have to do this.
And everywhere being, they're leaving those military installations in the Middle East.
But do you remember when we bombed Iran? We bombed them, right? And we have to respond. By the way, we are sending 100 drones, so feel free to shoot those down before they do anything.
Was that Operation Midnight Hammer?
Yeah.
After Midnight Hammer.
They droned Israel, but called us ahead of time so we could knock them all down.
Just so you know, here's what's coming. Here's what you need to be aware of. Don't send the nukes, please.
We don't want any problems, but we have to do something.
So my question for you is, if U.S. military intervention in Iran is coming in the next 24 hours, what does that look like?
What does intervention mean? Are we just going to bomb sites? Because to me, that's not intervention necessarily.
I told Hammer that I think we should just keep on with the strategy of bleeding that country dry so the Ayatollah and the other Tollahs underneath him will want to flee and take cover. The Ayatollah's like in his mid-80s.
Well, I think part of the Venezuelan thing was give these people nowhere to go. Right? You were not going to leave Iran and go to Venezuela. You can't go there anymore.
And that's the thing. Trump imposed a 25% tariff on any country or nation, whatever, doing business with Iran in any way, shape, or form. And plus the other sanctions already levied against Iran. I think that's hopefully it'll crumble from the inside. Unfortunately, again, we've seen this before. And I want the people of Iran to be great again. When it was Persia, and Shah.
Yeah.
And
70s looked like a completely different country.
It was a cosmopolitan country.
Yep.
And then things just went to hell from there. And I think that's what happens with evil, murderous dictators.
I think the thing that a lot of people need to keep in mind is usually when we have to do things like this to other countries, whether it's Venezuela, Cuba, any of these third world nations that have these dictators, things have to get worse for the people. Right? Because we can do the tariffs and everything else, but listen, Fidel Castro didn't care what the tariffs were. He was rich, right? Who that affected was the people on the ground. And unfortunately, what has to happen is those people on the ground got to suffer so much before they go, enough's enough, and stand up for themselves.
What did your parents experience growing up and being adults and having kids in Cuba?
Well,
you're a first generation, right?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, okay.
So my mom was one of 12. She's the only one that's here. Everybody else was still there. So we would hear stories, especially during COVID, where it's like, what we see on the news, people are dying in the street. And you just can't imagine that happening here in the States, where it's like somebody died of COVID in the middle of the street or outside the hotel, outside the hospital on the floor, or died because they didn't have insulin, or like crazy things we would never imagine here.
But that's the thing, right?
And that's every day there.
People say socialism works, even communists, Marxism, all that stuff works, but yet people from Cuba risk their lives on cardboard boats.
Yeah.
Trying to get to Florida and Miami.
Yeah, you've never seen one Jesse Brown going the other way. Right? Jesse Brown's not not on Key West with a raft going, I'm going to Cuba. No, he wants to stay right here where capitalism is protecting him, but he just wants to complain about it.
Oh, wow. Okay. You went there. I love it.
It's a fact.
I love it. No, I understand.
There's not been one liberal caught trying to sneak into Venezuela. They're staying here.
They're trying to leave.
Yeah, they're staying
here.
here.
I'm sure there's people in Iran that want to come here. There's people, obviously, I watched this documentary, I was telling Hammer about it, about North Korea. I mean, that puts everything in perspective. You look what's going on. Like, I see these protesters last Thursday or a week ago Thursday, the people protesting ICE and on Monument Circle, and the guy that was the leader there, like, did the whole thing, blah, 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 military, deportations, get rid of ICE. It was all the same rhetoric there on Monument Circle last Thursday night. And then he said something, he goes, we have a right to protest. And everybody on Monument Circle, there was like 300 to 500 to 800 people. It was good. It was a decent turnout for an anti-ICE protest. We have the right to protest. Well, no kidding. Nobody's saying you don't have the right.
Because you live in a democracy, buffoon. Go to one of these socialist countries. You don't have the right to protest. Right? Isn't it funny how the No Kings group was now mad that we got rid of a dictator?
I know. Oh, yeah. Like, okay, so they called Donald Trump a dictator.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Stupid already.
And he goes in and removes a real dictator. Free Maduro! Free Maduro!
And Venezuelans over here like, what?
Let's take a quick break. Can you see if Tony Kinnett can hold here? Let's take a quick break so we have time for Tony Kinnett. That's next. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show. Hey, what's up? It's Nigel. I had a chance to stop by PA Jewelers in Brownsburg. It's such a great, unique, family-owned jewelry store. Huge selection and probably the most competitive pricing on these beautiful pieces of jewelry that I've ever seen. So, guys, did you forget your anniversary again? Trying to impress a lady in your life? Celebrating a birthday? You had to get to PA Jewelers in Brownsburg. They don't mark up their jewelry like the other guys. Sale prices every single day. PA Jewelers in Brownsburg. Tell them Nigel sent you.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8, 9, 10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Man, Premier Weight Loss Indy, what can I say? I've lost 16 pounds since November with the help of Premier Weight Loss and their medications, and I haven't lost any muscle mass thanks to the in-person care, one-on-one treatment, and the real body composition scans that they give to monitor that sort of thing.
Affordable weight loss treatment. Everybody's finances are different, but the folks at Premier Weight Loss Indy, they work overtime to, one, make sure they've got a plan specific for you and your needs, and two, that it's affordable. So meet them face to face. Have that in-person care. There's 2 different locations you can go to, 96th and Meridian or 106th and 69, or just visit their website, pwlindy.com. I've been with them for a couple of months. I'm down 16 pounds. And I'm still eating the foods I like. These guys are legit. pwlindy.com. Contact them today. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
In Annapolis, the ink was still wet. After 8 years of blood, bravery, and sacrifice, a new nation was officially recognized, not with a battle, but with a signature.
WIPC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by Tony Katz presents Trump 1 year later.
January 14th, 1784. The Continental Congress ratified the Treaty of Paris, formally ending the Revolutionary War. Independence was recognized, the borders set. Washington had already resigned his commission, and the Army had officially disbanded. 13 states stood ready to govern themselves. That day, quills accomplished what armies could not. They made freedom official.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Sponsored by Trump. 1 year later, an evening of insight, conversation, and bourbon with Tony Katz. Tickets available at WIPC.com.
Since 1983, over 80,000 customers have trusted their home to B-Window.
We're now employee-owned, and that means we treat your home like it's our own.
From energy-efficient windows that can cut your energy costs by up to 50%. To stylish doors, siding, and custom bathroom models, we have you covered.
And every project is backed by our industry-leading warranty.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off, plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Heating and air conditioning can be the largest investment you make in your home. Here at Family, we pride ourselves in offering many flexible options.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear, what's up?
Yeah, Nigel, looking at the northeast side, we have a stall on northbound 465 at East 71st Street. It blocks the left lane. It causes stop-and-go traffic past Penn Pike, a delay of 18 minutes. Southbound 6570 downtown, stop-and-go from the north split down to the south split. Eastbound 70 slow before Weston to the south split. Northbound 65 on the south side, slowing down from Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. A crash at Sirius. This is Allisonville Road at East 71st Street, semi versus a car. The car is in a ditch. Also a crash on the south end. This is Moore Street at Drover Street. Crash at 10th Street west of Mithofer. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
29 at the American Standard Heating and Weather Center, the Hammer and Nigel Show. I'm Nigel. Jason Hammer is out. Jerry Lopez is in. We'll go live to Tony Kinnett from the Tony Kinnett Cast weeknights after our show at 7 o'clock. Also investigative reporter for dailysignal.com. I want to get to Iran in just a moment and the new headlines here, Tony. But first, let's start here in the United States. I'm rolling my eyes at the Supreme Court and them having to really discuss and have to go back and forth as to whether or not trans men can play women's sports. I thought we were over this. I thought we were kind of done with this by now. What say you?
I mean, look, the lawyers get up in front of the country. They try to make these really goofy arguments. They don't even believe them themselves. We covered this on our show last night where they had the silliest arguments they could possibly stitch together. They can't answer basic questions. And other than Ketanji Brown Jackson trying to write her legal opinions in crayon, realistically, it was the stupidest people you could possibly get just in the Supreme Court room yesterday. It was astounding.
But that audio, and I played it earlier, of Justice Alito asking the ACLU lawyer, look, can you tell me the difference between a boy and a girl? Like, what's the definition there? And the ACLU lawyer said, yeah, we can't give a definition to the court. And me and Jerry looked at each other after play that audio, and Alito said the same thing we did. Like, if you can't, how can you rule on if men can play women's sports and discrimination if you can't even tell the difference between a boy and a girl? That's what we're dealing with here.
I mean, that's precisely when, in our studio out here in Greenfield, that's exactly when the power cut out. So it's good to know that Samuel Alito, despite my inability to hear the response, was just as concerned as you both were. You're defending a legal case. You're supposed to be lawyers, right? And this is the thing. They're at the Supreme Court level, which means what? They've argued this already. They've argued this at the state level, at the appellate court level, now at the Supreme Court level. You're telling me she didn't have an index card she could whip out and say, yeah, here's the definition? Are you serious? That's who they've brought forward? Rosie O'Donnell with marbles in her teeth? My God.
Hey, we got about 3 minutes left here. I want to spend the rest of the time, if we can, on Iran and the headlines. 24 hours until Trump sends military action to Iran. What are you seeing in Iran? Maybe give some context of what's happening in Iran right now and what the U.S. plans to do about it.
So there are a couple of groups that I'm speaking to, both inside and outside the borders of the country at the moment. We're keeping a very close eye. I would be very careful, cautious perhaps, to trust all of these rumors as to when exactly things are going to occur.
Sure.
But I will say that it's very likely you see some naval strikes here probably in the next week. I do believe the United States military is going to intervene in a way that removes al-Khamenei from existence. Right now, people are trying to do... You know when Charles Barkley makes way too much about how a guy flexes his elbows in a game? As you can tell, he's experienced by the way he flexes his elbows. It's terrible. Like, no, stop doing that without Trump is talking. Like, he said hanged instead of killed about the protesters this time. Nope, stop it. It is going to be intervention. I would say this. Be on the lookout for an independent Kurdish nation between Iraq and Iran in the next couple of months and years. That's going to be the big development.
Boots on the ground?
What do you mean? That depends.
United States military? They asked Trump the same question about Venezuela, and Trump's answer was surprising. We're not afraid of boots on the ground if that's what it takes. And that was regarding Venezuela. But are we going to see actual soldiers in Iran?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, will we see maybe Delta Force or Special Forces or the Navy SEALs in a new Mark Wahlberg movie come out of this? Maybe. I mean, but in all reality, I think that the president saying, I'm not going to tell you is a good answer. Yes. There are a lot of people who hate that. And I'll remind you that the Barack Obama strategy of here's exactly what we're going to do doesn't kill any terrorists. It only kills U.S. troops. So good on the president for playing the cards close to the chest and saying, I don't know, maybe I'll nuke you from existence. Who's to say?
Hey, Tony, first of all, congratulations on the 1 million subscribers you got over there.
What?
Thanks. Didn't keep the power on, but we got 1 million subscribers over on YouTube.
Yep, congratulations.
What's your show on Daily Signal?
Yeah, that's right. The golden plaque sent over by the high gods at YouTube that are probably going to censor us next week.
What
90 seconds.
What does any of this stuff look like, right? So we're good at getting rid of people. We haven't done so well at the regime change part of it.
So what do you, again, the question I'd ask on the back of that is, what do you mean by regime change?
Well,
so
we get rid of Maduro, but what's next? All the oppressors are still there. We get rid of Al-Khamenei. The same thing's going to happen there.
Oh, not necessarily. So Al-Khamenei has a very tenuous situation with the IRGC. He does not have a great relationship with half of the individuals currently hiding out, we believe, in Russia and Qatar. As for Venezuela, right now the United States is getting prisoners freed from Venezuela that have been locked up there for decades. So we are getting things out of them because the vice president is wetting her pants thinking that she might be the next recipient of a Delta Force sleepover.
What's coming up on the Tony Kinnett cast tonight at 7 o'clock right here on 93 WIBC?
We're covering some of this, talking to Nancy Mace herself over getting Ilhan Omar subpoenaed, talking about some of the steps to actually maybe bring term limits to federal judges. So there's going to be some fun stuff tonight. Again, if the power stays on, that is fingers crossed. It's windier here than Chicago.
Find him on social media at The Tonus. His show is 7 o'clock weeknights after our show on WIBC and also dailysignal.com. Tony Kinnett, thank you.
Jerry, Nigel, you guys are great.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
And need to quickly sell your home, we may be able to help. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Simple Quarters has helped me by allowing me to sell my house. It's given me the financial stability to be able to move and go on with that next chapter. Simple Quarters was the best option for me because there was no BS involved. It was simply straightforward, to the point, honesty. And that is what made me go with Simple Quarters. There was nothing that I didn't expect. They didn't have hidden fees. They didn't ask me to go get an appraisal. They didn't ask me to have a surveyor come out. This has probably been one of the easiest experiences in my life. And if I ever have to do it again, I would call Simple Quarters again. Simple Quarters absolutely kept their word through the whole process.
Call Simple Quarters 317-687-HOME, 317-687-HOME.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26, new customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Join me January 24th as we sip some bourbon and talk about how we win the midterms. Trump, 1 year later, the Red Tie Gala, the highs of the last year, the lows of the last year, and how we win the midterms. We're going to drink great bourbon, eat great food, laugh a lot. Come join me January 24th, 2026, downtown Indianapolis at the Hyatt Regency. Trump, 1 year later, with me, Tony Katz. Go to tickets.tonykatz.com, tickets.tonykatz.com, or get your tickets right now at WIBC.com and join me for some great bourbon January 24th.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
Step into the spotlight. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, what people in Pike Township say they're fed up with and why. What one Indiana politician says he plans to do next in his career. And you'll hear about where one singer you may know well is putting on a concert later this summer. Those stories and more coming up after Fox News Radio. You are listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 4 o'clock.
Potentially positive news on Iran. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. As mass protests continue in Iran, President Trump just telling reporters,
we've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped, and it's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told that on good authority.
Adding the U.S. will find out if executions happen. More than 2,000 deaths already reported in a government crackdown on mass demonstrations. Iran's foreign minister suggesting killings have happened because of terrorist cells in the crowds. And he blames Israel for that.
Because President Trump has said that if there are killings, he would intervene. And they wanted to drag him into this conflict. And that was exactly an Israeli plot.
Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi also telling Fox's Brett Baer Iran will not stop its missile or uranium enrichment programs. That interview airs 6 p.m. Eastern tonight on Special Report. President Trump says he's about to get a briefing on today's meeting between the Vice President, the Secretary of State, and officials from Denmark and Greenland about his push to take over the Danish territory.
Greenland is very important for the national security, including of Denmark. And the problem is, there's not a thing that Denmark can do about it if Russia or China wants to occupy Greenland. But there's everything we can do.
Denmark's foreign minister telling reporters earlier a fundamental disagreement remains. President Trump just signing the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act, passed by Congress last year, allowing schools to offer whole milk and 2% in addition to lower fat options.
Even though science has never shown that whole milk harms children, evidence increasingly shows the opposite.
Health Secretary Robert Kennedy says the president has ended a war on healthy fats, reversing Obama-era restrictions. Back-to-back losses on Wall Street. The Dow down 42 points at the bell, down more during the session. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Cold air not going anywhere. 28 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with some light snow on radar. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:02. These chilly temperatures are expected to stick around through early next week. Ryan Hedrick reports.
Snow chances continue through the weekend, bringing a drop in temperatures.
We could have low temperatures near zero Sunday and Monday with highs in the teens.
Matt Eckhoff, a forecaster at the National Weather Service Indianapolis, says those winds will push wind chills below zero.
You know, it's that type of weather pattern where it's winter and you just know it.
Reporting from downtown Indianapolis, Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
People who live in Pike Township fighting a proposed data center at 79th and Township Line Road. American Tower Company wants to rezone 7 acres of forest to build a 20,000 square foot facility. Neighbors say the project, though, will destroy habitats for the endangered species and create industrial noise in a residential nook. The Pike Township Residents Association will vote on the proposal this week. An Indiana Democratic senator officially running for Indiana's 5th congressional district, J.D. Ford announcing today that he will try to beat Republican Victoria Spartz.
This campaign is about making America affordable again, about fighting for middle America, and about building a government that works for the people who keep Indiana running.
Ford currently represents Indiana's Senate's District 29, which includes portions of Carmel, Indianapolis, and Zionsville. Speaking in front of the General Assembly tonight will be Indiana Governor Mike Braun for his State of the State address. That gets underway at 7:30, and you can hear it right here on 93 WIBC. Coming to Ruoff Music Center in Noblesville this upcoming July is John Mellencamp as part of his Dancing Worlds Tour. That concert is set for Saturday, July 18th as part of the Coors Light Concert Series. This tour of his is the first time that Mellencamp will be performing all of his most beloved songs in a single night. Tickets go on sale to the general public January 23rd. It's 4:04, your traffic and weather next.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
WIBC traffic at 4:05. Here's Matt Bear.
You got it, John. Looking at the northeast side, northbound 465, stop and go after 70 up to East 56th Street because of an earlier stall that has cleared. Crash on the northeast side. This is East 71st at Allisonville Road. Semi versus a car. The car is in a ditch. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 8 minutes from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70, stop and go after Harding into the south split. East side, southbound 465 delayed 3 minutes from 70 down to South Shade Avenue, and on the north side, eastbound 465 wrapped with a 7-minute delay from 865 over to Ditch. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center. We'll pass on that because Marcus Bailey is coming up. I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
Hello, my name is Nigel. Jerry Lopez filling in for Jason Hammer. We'll go straight to the hotline and bring on the evil Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist who only comes on when he has bad news. Dude, it's like dropped. Okay, so I get here today, and there's like kind of a little squall going on downtown. I got here about, 1:30. And I walk in, and Jerry's already I'm like, dude, it's dropped 2 degrees in the past hour. It's snowing. And then Jerry stopped me. He just interrupted me. He goes, dude, it's January in Indiana.
You, Jerry.
It's January in Indiana. Calm down. It's just called winter. That's normal. We've kind of been spoiled as Hoosiers over the past couple of weeks, maybe even to the past couple of months, haven't we, Marcus?
Well, think about it. You know, go back to early December, Nigel, and we got hammered with all that snow, right? And for like 2 weeks, and it was real cold. And then the holidays came around, and it was actually pretty pleasant. And we've kind of been stuck in that pattern, even here for the first week and a half of the year here. So, yeah, I mean, we had 2 60-degree days last week. We were into the 50s yesterday. So, yes, we have been very spoiled when it comes to January standards. So This is typically, this week and next week are on average, the two coldest weeks that we have in the entire year here in central Indiana. Our average highs around 35, the lows around 20. That's on average. And obviously we've been pretty far off from that until this point. But now it's kind of, we are getting that taste of we are just halfway through winter. We still have a long winter to go. And so the pattern is flipped. We were into the 40s, I think, when I walked into work this morning. But now we're like, low 30s, spit and snow, and some pretty gusty winds, too. Makes it feel pretty awful outside.
There have been some days where I've been like, you know what, if this is winter in Indiana, I think I can deal with this. But today we have this stuff that I vaguely remember blowing around. It's not going to stay, is it?
Well, listen, I'll say this. We don't see any big systems that are coming our way over the next several days. This is definitely what we call in the weather world, it's a pattern flip, right? So we're getting out of this unusually mild stretch that we've had, and now we're getting back to a more typical, midwinter pattern. We've got the cold, and we're going to have these little waves that are going to kind of come through here over the next several days. They're going to squeeze out some snow. Like I said, not a ton of moisture with that, so that doesn't mean we're going to get any big snows or anything like that. But obviously we have the system here for tonight that's flying around. It may kind of coat the ground at worst. The evening drive might be a little slick. I'm not terribly concerned, but if it's getting cold, there could be some icy spots, so just use some caution. But there'll be another wave tomorrow. I think there might be another wave on Friday, too, and we may end up between now and, say, the start of the weekend. The way I kind of described it, we're kind of nickel and diming our way to maybe an inch or two of snowfall by this weekend here.
And not only that, this week I'm looking at the Wish TV extended forecast, like Sunday, a high of 23 or something like that.
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, next week, like highs in the lower to mid 20s.
Right. I know.
Right?
So, we're settling in. And so what happens when you get each one of these little waves that come through and you get these little bursts of snow, really what it is, it's a reinforcing shot of Arctic air. And so each one that comes through, you're going to be a little bit colder on the back end every time. And so, it really kind of bottoms out, like you said, this weekend, probably early next week.
Yep.
We will struggle to get highs out of the teens. You're going to have single-digit air temperature lows. You're probably going to have wind chills around or below zero. So it's kind of where we were early in December. We're flipping back to that kind of colder pattern here.
Marcus, when are you on TV next, man?
I am on tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Daybreak on Wish TV.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. Thank you, sir, for the bad news. I appreciate it.
You got it, guys.
Kidding. Jerry Lopez filling in for Hammer over there. You want to get in the hot tub time machine with me real quick? Get down to your skivvies.
Is that why you got your Speedo on? I was confused why you walked in like that. But I get it's part of a bit. Let's go.
This issue of illegal immigration is kind of hand in hand what's going on with ICE protests around the country and what you see in Minnesota, and the problem with all these people getting deported is the fact that they came here illegally.
Right.
The worst first. I think we need to use that as a caveat. It's not like the left's narrative where they're going in the fields and they're chasing after somebody. A congresswoman or somebody said, it may have been the mayor of L.A. said ICE is going in chasing after illegal immigrants in the fields. That's not. It's the worst first.
But they only have themselves to blame though, Nigel. Because if a lot of people look back like L.A. or Gavin Newsom or anybody, they refuse to work with Department of Homeland Security. So you'd have a detainer for a guy who went to jail. They never contacted ICE to pick him up with the detainer. So what happens now? We got to go to Jerry's house. And when we go to Jerry's house, we need everybody's ID, and all the illegals are leaving.
And that's fascism, right? Or at least they call the president fascist for doing this, right? The press is just labeling him a Nazi. And I want to go back in the time machine here to 2016. I want to do this for a couple different pieces of audio here. 2016, Obama's press secretary. Check this out. He's asked about reports that immigration raids, ICE agents were storming into homes, going room to room, looking for illegals. This is back in 2016 under the Obama administration, Obama's press secretary. First of all, listen to how this guy is very civil, very calm when addressing Obama's press secretary.
Josh, there have been reports that the Department of Homeland Security and ICE have begun removal operations, I think what they're calling it, others are calling it raids, against Central American families who came across the border illegally over the past year and a half. And some of the reports suggest that, families, the Los Angeles Times quoted a woman saying that her family in Georgia, ICE agents came in, looked room to room, woke up her own kids. They were shaking with fear. Wondering if the administration can confirm that those operations have begun and whether the White House has had input directly with DHS about how those operations should be handled and whether there are any concerns about striking fear into the communities, including those who may be here legally.
Well, obviously, in terms of setting policy, the White House and the Department of Homeland Security have had discussions about some of these matters. But ultimately, when it comes to enforcement issues, those are decisions that are made by law enforcement professionals.
2016, by the way. A nice, calm, civil discussion about ICE agents going into homes and terrorizing illegal immigrants from Central America.
Fascist.
And then the press secretary goes, well, we're just going to defer to the, we're going to defer to law enforcement on that. The White House has been in communication. Like, it's. I thought only fascist presidents do that sort of thing. Not when Obama's in office. I thought, where are the angry white liberal wine moms protesting?
They're too busy swooning over Obama to pay attention to what he was saying.
Let's go back even further in the hot tub time machine. Ladies and gentlemen, Slick Willie, Bill Clinton addressing the nation in 1995.
But we won't tolerate immigration by people whose first act is to break the law as they enter our country. We must continue to do everything we can to strengthen our borders, enforce our laws, and remove illegal aliens from our country. As I said in my State of the Union address, we are a nation of immigrants, but we're also a nation of laws.
Is that right?
And it is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years. Now, let me talk a little bit about increasing deportations. Our plan will triple the number of criminal and other deportable aliens deported since 1993.
That was Bill Clinton in 95.
Imagine if Trump said that today. People would lose their
He
minds.
has said it today, and people are losing their minds. In 95, the entire country agreed with Bill Clinton. It's just what he said there was common sense, and he wasn't even talking about worst first.
Right.
He was talking about people breaking the law by virtue of coming into this country illegally.
Yep.
And now Democrats call what you heard from Bill Clinton hate speech and fascism. And that just goes to show you it's all, what do they call it, performative?
Yeah.
The outrage is performative. It's fake. It's either a fake or it has to do more with Donald Trump than the actual policy. Let's keep going in the hot tub time machine. How about it, huh? 2005. Nancy Pelosi attacking the Bush administration for not securing the border and enforcing immigration laws.
I know I can speak very firmly for the Democrats. Support strong border control.
Jeez.
And it must be part, and the first part, of any comprehensive immigration reform.
Is that right?
We have, it is our obligation as elected officials to keep the American people safe, and our borders are our first line of defense, one of our early lines of defense to do that. Democrats support also enforcing laws, current laws, against those who came here illegally and those who hire illegal immigrants.
Nancy Pelosi, 2005. Ladies and gentlemen,
20 years ago.
Over 20 years ago, it's a different Democrat Party than you grew up with, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Bear, what's going on with traffic?
All right, Nigel, looking at northbound 465 stop-and-go traffic from 70 up to Penn Pike. That's in a construction zone, of course. Looking at southbound 6570 jammed from the north split down to the south split. Also construction, as well as northbound 65 slow before Raymond up to the south split. Eastbound 70 stop-and-go traffic from Harding Street into the south split. And on the northwest side, northbound 465 slows from 86th Street up to 865. This is a crash on the northeast side. It's bad. Allisonville Road at East 71st. Car versus a semi and car in a ditch. Also looking At Moore Street at Drover on the south end, that's a crash. In a crash south side, US 31 past Banta Road. We're going southbound on that crash with US 31. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Get up to $600 back on Samsung appliances exclusively at Grand Appliance during their New Year new appliance sale. Visit grandappliance.com for full details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
So the temperature has dropped 2 degrees in the past hour and 15 minutes. 28 right now. Feels like 7 out there at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Coming up next, Is This Anything? I'm not going to retire for a long time. I'm going to do this job as long as possible. I love this job. I'm very grateful and lucky to do this job. But, I do have to plan for retirement, right? And so the most important thing is income. And so you have a consistent and steady stream of income. It'll enable you to do all the things you want to do in retirement. You may not realize that there's some strategies that could give you a 20% upfront bonus, a strong return that's averaged nearly 10% a year, and it's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. You just kind of think of it as your own personal pension. And the one guy that can help you do all this, Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy.
Set up that first free consultation. Free being the key word with Bill Demery, your retirement guy right here in Indy. 317-805-4716. 317-805-4716. Bill Demery and his team will answer any questions you have, and that first meeting is free. 317-805-4716 or visit yourretirementguy.com.
Hammer and Nigel here for Premier Weight Loss Indy. PWLindy.com. 2 different locations. And look, everybody is somewhere different in their health journey. People aren't the same, and treatments should not be the same. This is why I love Premier Weight Loss Indy. It's an in-person visit. You're going to get a consultation with a professional, and they will customize a plan specifically for you. Again, no plans are the same because people are not the same. So if you really want to take your health to the next level this year, start by going online to PWLindy.com. I lost a bunch of weight of my own, but then I hit a plateau and I couldn't lose anymore. I reached out for help. Premier Weight Loss Indy jumped in the mix, and now I'm down 16 additional pounds in 2 months. PWLindy.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Take care of your health.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8, 9, 10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all 3 from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free. To search it up, indianaunclaimed.gov. I'm Nigel. Jerry Lopez in for Hammer. I'm going to shoot a few of these at you. All right? Hammer usually gives them to me. I'll give them to you to tell the audience if it's anything or not, Jerry. Is that sound like a deal?
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm in.
Guy in Florida stopped traffic on Sunday, saved two kids who wandered onto the highway near Cocoa Beach. John was in his car, saw the two toddlers in the middle of the highway, got them back home after he noticed an open gate nearby. Family had no idea they'd wandered off. Here's John telling his story.
I was terrified. If anything would have happened to him, the rest of my life would have been ruined. So I immediately pulled over there, and I ran out of the car, and one of them was already to the middle of the road. And I grabbed that one first, and then the second one I just picked up. She was ready, and I got him off the road. An elderly couple and a young girl, and I, immediately they went into like, oh my God, we're so sorry. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just glad I could get them back to you. And they were out in the road, and your gate was open.
Oh, man, this is something, is it not?
Man, shout out to John, real life hero. And imagine being that's a horrible situation. You have kids, I have kids. Like, at some point in time, you take a nap. That's the worst. Your kid 6 or 7 knows how to unlock the door. I've seen you, and they just wander onto the highway.
Yeah, well, he said these were toddlers
That's
in the middle
scary.
of the road.
So somebody left the door unlocked.
Yeah, I think what happened was it sounds like they were elderly. I think he used the word elderly, and they
Maybe
were shocked. So
grandkids?
who knew? I don't know. There's something somewhat similar happened to some good friends of ours, my wife and I, in Hendricks County a number of years ago. They live in a neighborhood, thank God, not next to the interstate, but they're the world's best parents. They're really, really great. And their toddlers, young kids, got out one morning. They figured out how to get up out of bed, out of their crib, blah, 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 and walk out the front door. And a neighbor saw them like a street over, just wandering around during the summer, and knocked on their door with the two kids.
Thankfully, even knew where they belonged.
It was the exact, and it was the exact same reaction you'd have. You don't necessarily have to be an awful, horrid parent for tragic accidents that happen. Thank God tragedy was averted here in this situation, but thank God, the same thing could have happened to our friends and their kids. It happens sometimes, and I guess these people in Florida are lucky the Child Protective Services, the CPS, didn't show up.
They're lucky they're not attending a funeral for two young kids. How sad would that have been?
Ooh, so that's something. Okay, a customer in Connecticut was attacked with bear spray while entering a restaurant, apparently unprovoked. Here's the owner of the restaurant who was there explaining kind of what happened.
When it's like a gas-type bombing, you really don't know what it is, so you just got to dip and pray it's nothing too serious. We have like bleach, Windex, everything. We pretty much didn't know what we were working with at that time, so we just completely did a whole disinfectation because, obviously we work with food. We're a mom-and-pop pastry place.
All right, that guy didn't really explain what happened, just kind of the actions they took to clean up the restaurant after somebody sprayed bear spray. But imagine just walking into anywhere, Jerry. Is this something and getting bear spray or
it's
mace,
pretty wild,
unprovoked?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's face, and things like that happen I feel like random crap happens to innocent people all the time, unprovoked.
Well,
just another example.
If you watch the news too much, you realize we live amongst weirdos, and it's just we need to be happy that we don't come into contact with them more often.
Man, people on the subway that
lighting people on fire.
That poor girl from Ukraine that was killed by that madman. Just sick stuff. You never know when it can happen. I feel like I'm repetitive when I say this. We talk about it all the time, but every time I'm downtown with my kids or out in anywhere almost in public, you got to keep your head on a swivel. 100%. It's the day and age we live in right now. And I realize, some people say, that's why I carry. That's fine. You carry. That's more power to you. I don't know. I'm going to have a hard, long discussion with my wife someday about that because right now she's totally against it.
No.
I've got other precautions I've taken. We'll just put it that way. We got time for one more. I want to get to this with you because it's pretty funny. Do you have a Gen Zer in your house?
Probably. What is that?
23
23 years old?
Yeah,
Like my oldest,
Allison,
my daughter.
can you look that up for me real quick? A content creator posted, that's the new occupation these days for youngins. This content creator known as Blue Franklin posted a video translating current Gen Z slang for us older generations. People are loving this. It's all over the place. And I've heard my kids use some of these terminology before.
6'7".
Yeah. Oh, that's the latest. And I've adopted that now, and I turn it around on my kids, and I make them cringe because I do it around their friends. 6'7", 6'7". Allison?
Ohio is weird, bogus. Skibbity is random, is off the wall.
Skibbity.
Riz is swag, is game. Rizzler is player, is Mac Daddy. No cap is no lie, for real.
Yep.
Sus is shady, sketchy. Gyat is dump truck booty.
Dump truck
Caught in
booty.
4K is exposed, busted. Meat riding is simping, brown nosing. Pressed is butthurt, bent out of shape. Bussin' is bomb, dope.
Gen Z age range is 13 to 28.
Oh, so yeah, I do.
you
I
definitely
got
have
a
a couple of those.
Okay, yeah, I've
had my son
one.
explain where gyat comes from.
Yeah,
Do you know where it comes from?
They use where does gyat the dump truck booty?
Yeah,
the big
so
butt. Big
you ready?
butt.
You ready? This is a fun fact. Gyat is only the first part of the phrase because you say gyat dang. Think about it.
And it's not dang.
Dang. It's not dang. So when you see a dump truck booty like he says, gyat.
Oh, that's great. It's the Hammer and Nigel show. Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. I have Window Nation windows installed in my house. The cold air has stopped coming through. The warm air has stopped exiting the house because of my grade A Window Nation windows. Definitely check out their sale, windownation.com. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free.
Window Nation, the best in the business, but don't just take my word for it. Check out their A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Check out their over 45,000 5-star reviews. Now that's a big deal because nobody ever leaves 5-star reviews, but Window Nation has over 45,000 of them. Take advantage of this deal right now. Window Nation's buy 4, get 4 windows for free sale. It's going on right now. Schedule your fast and free, that's the key word, free estimate at windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
If you think it's cold now, just wait. 27 degrees in downtown Indy with some light snow continuing to fall all across central Indiana. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:32. You'll definitely want to bundle up no matter where you are in Indiana this weekend. That's the message from Matt Eckhoff. He's a forecaster with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis.
We could have
low temperatures near zero Sunday and Monday with highs in the teens.
He says you can also expect snow chances every day through Sunday. One family from Fishers is not giving up hope and finding their daughter. Johnette Cruz has the details.
It has been over a week since Haley Page Busby vanished from her Fishers home, and her family is making a direct plea for specific information.
Scope's not getting decreased, but information continues to come in, not only from the support organizations but also, from the public. So it's working, and we're just hoping there's enough pieces that can help us find Haley.
The search now is a race to piece together a digital puzzle. Experts are currently analyzing apps and social media accounts to track Haley's movements as her family continues to believe she was assisted by someone she met online. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The foreign ministers of Greenland and Denmark say their meeting with top White House leaders was a frank one. Denmark's foreign minister spoke following their meeting with Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio after President Trump insisted that the U.S. needs Greenland for national security.
I must say that, of course, we share to some extent his concerns. There is definitely a new security situation in the Arctic and the high north.
Earlier today, Greenland Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen said if they have to choose between the U.S. and Denmark, they would choose Denmark. And this weekend, a bipartisan delegation of lawmakers will head to Denmark to meet with leaders there. Articles of impeachment against Homeland Secretary Kristi Noem have been filed by a member of Congress. Illinois Democratic Congresswoman Robin Kelly says she's doing that because she does not approve of the secretary's handling of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. Maybe he was on your fantasy football team at one point, but now former Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Adam Thielen said today he's retiring from the NFL. Thielen made 2 Pro Bowls, went undrafted in 2013, and played 13 seasons in the league, finishing with nearly 8,500 receiving yards and 64 touchdowns. He also spent some time with the Carolina Panthers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And your closing bell report on 93 WIBC. The Dow finished down 42 points today to 49,149. The S&P 500 lost 37 points to 6926, and the Nasdaq fell 238 points to 23,471. It's 4:35. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
A diagnosis of Alzheimer's can make it a struggle to communicate with loved ones. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I've got a tip which often helps that will be music to your ears. Don't go away.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
A growing number of studies show the power of music's role in those living with Alzheimer's. The next time a loved one seems to be tuned out, gently place headphones on them or simply turn on one of their favorite songs. Watch their eyes light up, and don't be surprised if they sing along or start chatting about the tune. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Afternoon traffic on WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, I'm looking at northbound 465 on the east side. Slow 72 Penn Pike, then stop and go east 56th Street up to I-69. The slowdown continues past 82nd on that northbound side of I-69. Looking at inbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian, and southbound 6570 delayed 4 minutes from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 74-minute delay from Harding into the south split. Crash Morris Street at Drover on the south end. And on the south side, eastbound 465 tied after 31 over to I-65. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Heating Weather Center forecast.
Scattered snow showers possible tonight into Thursday morning with the light coating of snow possible with slick spots, lows in the teens. Thursday morning, single-digit wind chills with highs Thursday afternoon only in the mid-20s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, everybody. Everybody in the YouTube chat, you can watch us live via YouTube. Just type in Ham Nigel. My name is Nigel. Hammer's out. Jerry Lopez a.k.a. Indy Spanglish, in for Hammer. Hold on before we get to this segment. Let me reach for my old man readers here. I forgot to put them on before, welcome to 50.
You're 50, dude?
Yeah, 50. I made it. Actually, I didn't. Well, I'm not, May 8th, I'll be 50.
Well, I mean, you made it. But
May 8th.
Well, if you don't make it, it's really awkward right now. So,
I didn't.
Yeah. Let's hope you make it, Nige. Let's put that one in the bank. We'll put that one in the pocket. If you don't make it, Allison, cut that immediately.
You made it. It went from you made it to, well, I hope you make it.
Yeah, got awkward real quick.
It's only a couple months from now. Just a quick update around the country. There's still protests here and there. ICE protesters, pockets throughout the country, especially in Minnesota, Minneapolis, with what happened. The ICE officer killing protester Renee Good, who was in her car, and it looks to me like she nailed the ICE agent.
Yeah.
The ICE agent, according to CBS News, suffered internal injuries. I don't know if you saw that. He's in hiding right now. He's underground.
Well, did you hear what Jacob Fry said? Could be an internal injury on his hip that he could have gotten just bumping the refrigerator door. He said that.
No, I was told that the Renee Good did not even hit him.
Me too.
Some people say they didn't even hit him, and now CBS News comes out, well, he's got some internal injuries.
No.
And I thought they didn't even, the screeching leftists were telling us that she didn't even hit him. So I saw on CNN last night some heartbreaking footage of an interview this woman did, the anchor did, with Renee Good's dad. Did you see that?
I saw the clips. It's pretty sad.
It's sad. At the same time, the guy's rational.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, I feel like, first of all, she starts out by asking him about there were like 6 prosecutors now there from the state U.S. Attorney's Office who left their post there because the Department of Justice wants them to look into Renee Good's background, her wife's background as activists and radicals. And so but listen, I think she's looking for any opportunity for this guy to disparage Trump. Renee Good's father, the woman who was killed, and he just won't do it. Go ahead.
No, nothing about charges or anything like that, just an investigation into what happened in terms of the ICE agents' actions. But they were, according to the prosecutors resigning today, pressuring them to investigate Renee's actions and Becca, her wife's actions. How do you feel about all that?
Well, I'm not blaming anybody. I mean, it's a hard situation all the way around. It's hard for for everybody involved. I mean, the ICE agent, at first I didn't see the footage where, he was actually, he was actually being ran. I mean, I seen the bump of the car hitting his legs. And so in a flash like that, it's hard to say how you would react. From my understanding that he had been through that before, maybe dragged or something. And so, like I said, it's just a hard situation for everybody. Becca, she's a great person as well. I mean, I don't have any enemies. I love everybody, and that's what the Bible tells us: love our neighbors as we love ourselves. But I think there's some bad choices, and the word says, "For the wrath of God will come upon the children of disobedience." And it's I don't blame ICE. I don't blame Rebecca. I don't blame Renee. I just wish that if we're walking the Spirit of God, I don't think she would have been there. That's the way I look at it.
Wow.
She was not expecting that answer.
Not at all. And that was on CNN.
And he sounds reasonable. That's a dad who's like, man, this situation sucks.
And that's probably the same answer I'd have, even if my daughter was somehow estranged, which I don't know. I'm unclear on the relationship between Renee Good's family.
Sure.
And I heard some things online. I don't know what's going on there. But you have the dad of the woman at the center of this huge boiling point in this country saying, yeah, my daughter hit him with the car, basically. But I'm not blaming anybody. That's probably what I'd say.
Look at all the other parents involved in any of these stuff, whether it was Michael Brown's parents out there in St. Louis or Trayvon Martin's parents or any of these parents that were caught in a situation. That's unfortunate, okay? I'm not going to talk about a bunch of stuff, but they all used as an opportunity to stoke the flame of burn the city down.
Oh, speaking of stoking the flame, remember Joy Reid? You know who that is? A race-baiting hate lady?
That's the tennis ball.
Yeah. She had a low-rated show on MS Now, MSNBC, PMS Now. I don't know what it's called, but she doesn't work there anymore. But she's like on some podcast telling us who Renee Good really is. No. Seriously, this is for real. This is what's really going on with these paid protesters across the country, and this is the new strategy. Go ahead.
This woman was part of a group of people who they train to try to be ICE interrupters. And what they try to do is observe what ICE is doing, film them, and try to use their white privilege, to be honest. They're mainly white people.
Which is what we ask.
Which is what we ask them to do, right? Because black people, like, we can't put our bodies on the line because cops will shoot us.
Renee Good got shot to death. What are you talking about?
Equality. I mean,
there's no white privilege. And there they are outlining the strategy, the Democrat strategy for...
She purposely did this.
For putting white women out there. Petite, pretty white women. That's the new strategy.
Because they can't get shot, according to her. They only shoot black people, according to her. That's what she just said.
But what happened?
She got shot.
The white woman...
Yeah.
Was shot. There's no privilege.
I mean, Ashley Babbitt, whether you agree with her or not, was shot too.
Ashley Babbitt, they treated that cop like he was a hero on January 6th.
You know,
an unarmed military veteran named Ashley Babbitt, probably in the wrong place at the wrong time. I will definitely concede that.
Not in the car going after an ICE agent.
And there was no, absolutely. And that cop was treated as a hero. But somebody with a 4,000-pound vehicle behind the wheel hits an ICE agent, and all of a sudden there's mass protest, violence, calls for the capture and the killing of the ICE agent who perpetrated this quote-unquote crime, this murder. Wanted posters.
How scary.
Doxed his license plate, but the cop on January 6th who blew away Ashley Babbitt, unarmed, was considered a hero.
Yeah. So, as a first-generation immigrant, somebody who, I'm not really worried about ICE, but let me do a good service today.
Okay.
If you find yourself in an interaction with ICE, just remember what another ICE told you. Just stop, collaborate, and listen. That's all you got to do. Stop, collaborate, and listen.
Hey, man, I would say even if you feel you've been wronged, it's going to work itself out.
Just stop, collaborate, and listen.
Okay.
That's it.
Dude, I go overboard. I haven't been pulled over in a long time. Last time I got pulled over was speeding in, I think, maybe a school zone. I did get a warning, but I go overboard. I roll down the window, turn my flashers on, take my keys out of the car, and then either put my hands at 10 and 2 on the wheel, or even, I've done this before, I've put my hands on the rolled down window of my car. So the officer is walking up, he sees my hands sticking out of the car. I've done that before.
You look like you have warrants is what you do.
That's exactly. I started to think, man, this cop might think I've done this
surrendering.
before.
Yeah. That's funny. When I get pulled over, I get out of the car and I just start kicking my own butt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, here, listen to this. This is another protester who's been harassing and stalking ICE. I don't know where this was. This may have been Minneapolis. And she starts crying, and so she's in her car. She's following ICE. She's harassing him. ICE agent gets out of his car. He's not masked either.
Okay.
She's got the tape rolling, but she's bawling, crying.
You can go to jail too. Now you're recording. Okay, good job. I'm trying to give you a warning.
I'm a girl.
I'm trying to give you a warning, okay?
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
You keep following us, you're going to end up like him. You're going to get arrested. Okay?
Okay.
Go home. Are they with you?
I don't know who that is.
A couple things about that clip. First of all, I think the people that are protesting, that are stalking ICE, that are reporting on their whereabouts and blowing whistles in their face, they think it's all a game.
Yeah.
They still think it's a game. And when push comes to shove and you get an ICE agent in your face saying, hey, cut it out, unmasked, again, you heard him at the beginning saying, oh, good, you're recording? Good. No, that's good. Yeah, I want a record of this.
Yep.
And then notice she's bawling. She goes, I'm a girl.
Actually, the Supreme Court has not given us a...
That's what the That's what the ICE guy should have said. Technically, the Supreme Court heard it from the ACLU straight from the horse's mouth, and we don't know. We don't have a definition.
Ma'am, I
between a
cannot
boy and a girl.
confirm
it's
that.
always the leftists, the progressives, these crazy lunatics that revert back to I'm a girl. Now all of a sudden you know the difference between a man and a woman. Is that where we're at? It's a Hammer and Nigel show.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hammer here from my friends at We Grow Hair Indy. And look, I had to come to the realization that this big dome on the back of my head wasn't going anywhere. So I reached out for help. I was tired of seeing myself on TV and the YouTube camera looking bad. And I spoke with Darren and his entire team at We Grow Hair Indy. And they put me at ease. I was concerned that, one, this procedure would hurt, that number two, I would look like I've been scalped or something. But they walked me through the robotic way they do this, the new state-of-the-art way that they do this. The technology has advanced so much, so I am in. I am working with We Grow Hair Indy, and they're going to put my bald spot on a television commercial, okay? So if I can do this, you guys can do it too. Your baldness won't be on TV. I'll take it for all of us, okay? Do it with me. Contact We Grow Hair Indy right now. WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995. Get that free evaluation.
Bring the family for Friday night fun with the blue and gold.
McConnell has it, perimeter right. Off the Furphy screen, drives the right baseline. He's determined to score, and he does score, driving the lane up and under, right to left.
The Pacers host the Pelicans for their only visit to Indy and for Lucas Oil Family Night. Each family night ticket includes a hot dog, chips, Pepsi, and Pacers hat. This offer's good at Pacers.com/family. Pacers Pelicans, Friday at 7.
This is Denny Smith, and C&J's making it easier to upgrade your water quality right now. For a limited time, get their lowest price of the year with 20% off a reverse osmosis system, dechlorinator, or iron filter when purchased as a standalone item. And yes, it can be added to your existing softener. Cleaner drinking water, better water for cooking, and less wear on plumbing and appliances. City Water or Well Water, C&J, official partner of the Indiana Pacers and Fever, has great systems and great people. 317-733-SOFT or visit cnjwater.com.
A diagnosis of Alzheimer's can make it a struggle to communicate with loved ones. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I've got a tip which often helps that will be music to your ears. Don't go away.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
A growing number of studies show the power of music's role in those living with Alzheimer's. The next time a loved one seems to be tuned out, gently place headphones on them or simply turn on one of their favorite songs. Watch their eyes light up, and don't be surprised if they sing along or start chatting about the tune. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Any heating and air conditioning problem you've got, we can take care of you. 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Mark your calendar for January
24th at the Hyatt Regency for a night of insight and flair with Tony Katz. Trump 1 year later. VIP and GA tickets are available. WIBC.com for more info. Presented by Defiance Beef Company, Premier Arms and Chimney Solutions.
My man, Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center.
It's happening. Nigel, look at the southbound 6570 jammed up. North split to the south split because of construction. And then northbound 65 from the south side slows Raymond into the south split. Boone County southbound 65 stop and go from Whitestown Parkway down to 865. Eastbound 465 slow Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. East side northbound 465 slow after Penn Pike up to I-69. Then northbound 69 stop and go past 82nd Street. Crash serious west side Rockville Road at Girls School Road reported with injuries. Crash on the south end. This is Morris Street at Drover Street. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
So in the past hour, the temperatures dropped 2 more degrees. We are at 26 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center on 93 WIBC, the Hammer and Nigel show. Jerry Lopez is filling in for Hammer. Find him at Indy Spanglish. Just a couple of minutes left here. I went a little long in that last segment, but what do you make of Saks Fifth Avenue filing for bankruptcy?
Yeah, you hear that noise? That's men all around the country excelling. It's just like, we just saved money, baby.
If you don't know what Saks is, it's like it's luxury retail.
Yeah, they had it at Keystone Mall. That was a big one right there.
And I don't think you'd walk out of there for anything south of $300.
Oh, yeah, but that's for like a pair of glasses.
Yeah, I know.
It's the Gucci, Prada, Burberry, that whole line.
The amount of money I've spent on purses as gifts for my wife over the 20-plus years I've known her is astounding.
Yeah, well, if you put them on credit and didn't pay your bill, it's your fault. They're out of business.
They're not out of business, but they are filing for bankruptcy. What's like the most expensive thing you've ever bought for a chick?
A wedding ring?
And Jerry, look where that got you.
Yeah. Won't make that mistake again.
What happened to the wedding ring?
Yeah.
By the way?
Yeah, I just got to keep it.
Is that sitting somewhere in a pawn shop somewhere on display?
Maybe. Don't know. Not my problem.
Do you still keep in touch? With,
Yeah.
Do you have to communicate?
We're great co-parents. Yeah, great co-parents.
Oh, yeah. You and Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin.
There it is. Hanging out together on vacation. Me and Demi and who's that? Dude from Punk'd and Bruce Willis all together.
Oh, yeah.
What? How weird is that?
That Ashton Kutcher
Ashton. Yeah, all on dates
Demi
together.
Moore's ex.
Yeah, with her baby daddy, who's Bruce Willis, and his new wife, all hanging out together on vacation.
Yeah, and Bruce Willis I think his health has deteriorated. He's kind of in bad shape, but that's good to hear. And just look, for Jerry's wedding ring at any local pawn shop, just be on the lookout. Is there anything inscribed on it?
No.
At the very least.
Was his?
The date of our wedding is inscribed on my wedding ring, and just so I would remember it.
There you go.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show. We'll be back.
I'll be honest with you, no other real estate agent I'd ask to sell my house or to find me a new one than real estate expert Mark Deedle, locally here in Indianapolis. Michael in Speedway loved his Speedway house, raised his family there. It was time to sell and downsize. Met up with the Deedle team, and they explained their amazing marketing plan, and they were convinced. Just like the Speedway, things moved fast from there, and just after 3 days on the market, they accepted an offer for $11,000 over asking price.
Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That's right, he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts, you can cancel at any time. Call Mark Deedle today, 317-755-4232, or visit markdeedle.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdeedle.com.
Mere Weight Loss Indy, PWLindy.com, 2 different locations. And look, everybody is somewhere different in their health journey. People aren't the same, and treatments should not be the same. This is why I love Premier Weight Loss Indy. It's an in-person visit. You're going to get a consultation with a professional, and they will customize a plan specifically for you. Again, no plans are the same because people are not the same. So if you really want to take your health to the next level this year, start by going online to pwlindy.com. I lost a bunch of weight of my own, but then I hit a plateau and I couldn't lose anymore. I reached out for help. Premier Weight Loss Indy jumped in the mix, and now I'm down 16 additional pounds in 2 months. pwlindy.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Take care of your health.
When it's cold, the last thing you want is your home's heater to quit on you. At 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you warm and comfortable quickly. Just call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com. Don't forget, we're
always on time or you don't pay it time. Always on time or you don't pay it time.
independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Taxes 321 now at 800-808-9443. 800-808-9443. That's 800-808-9443.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom designed jewelry with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PAJewelers.jewelry.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you'll hear how much longer this cold weather is supposed to stick around. What got a man in trouble in Plainfield recently? You'll hear that story from Jarrett Lewis, and how a woman's words got the attention of the police and might earn her some prison time. Those stories and more after Fox News on 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 5 o'clock.
Potential off-ramp in Iran. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump says he's been told killings in Iran are stopping and that executions will not happen after a crackdown on mass demonstrations.
So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it. I'm sure if it happens, we'll all be very upset.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House.
This week, the president told Iranian protesters help is on its way and warned Iran's regime of very strong action if anti-government protesters are hanged. The Pentagon ordered a drawdown of some U.S. forces in the region. Iran has threatened to strike American bases if the U.S. launches attacks.
Human rights groups say more than 2,000 protesters have already been killed. Iran's foreign minister won't confirm numbers, but blames the death on terrorist cells mixed in with the crowds, also telling Fox that's an Israeli plot.
They wanted to drag the president of the United States in this conflict, so they started to increase the number of deaths by killing ordinary people, by killing police officers, by starting a kind of, fighting inside the different cities.
Fox's Brett Baer pushing back on a number of Iranian claims during an interview that airs an hour from now on Special Report. President Trump still pushing for the U.S. to control Greenland for security reasons after a meeting today in Washington between Vice President Vance, Secretary of State Rubio, and the foreign ministers of Greenland and Denmark.
We have been pushing for quite a while in NATO for a stronger collective role in Greenland together with a number of allies. And we are eager to work with the U.S. on advancing this agenda.
The Danish foreign minister arguing that can happen in the current framework with the island as a Danish territory. President Trump confirming his first known call with Venezuela's acting president a day before he meets at the White House with Venezuela's opposition leader. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The weather going through yet another change. We're now down to 26 degrees in Indianapolis with snow intensifying across central Indiana, and it feels like 5. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Today is the start of a transition, according to meteorologist Matt Eckhoff. He's with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis.
We're going to be transitioning to a colder and snowier pattern. Not, heavy snow. It's just nuisance snows, but a couple of them.
He says there's a chance for snow every day in Indiana through Sunday. Shayla Addison of Indianapolis is accused of making threats against a member of U.S. Congress. She faces up to a decade in prison and a fine of $250,000 if convicted. Police say Addison's threatening statements included messages like, "Come outside, beep, we'll kill you," or "Shut up, I'll kill you." Police say she made threats against other people as well in 2019 and 2023. Plainfield police say a man who used to work at the high school was threatening young girls on Snapchat. Jarrett Lewis with that story.
The threatening messages police say 23-year-old Braden Scott sent to a 16-year-old girl from Plainfield High School included images of her and her cousin pulled from other social media sites and a picture of a woman with a knife wound to the stomach. That's why now he's facing child pornography and intimidation charges. During a search of his home, officers found several devices where there were references to sexual violence, suspected cocaine, and an old school project about a character obsessed with knives. Plainfield School said in a statement that Scott was never an employee with the school, but he had been a paid percussion technician there with the band since 2023. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
An announcement from an Indiana Democratic senator today.
My name is J.D. Ford, and I want to bring your fight to Washington, D.C.
He's running for Indiana's 5th congressional district, which covers all of Delaware, Grant, Hamilton, Madison, and Tipton counties, and most of Howard County. Republican Victoria Spartz already holds the 5th district seat and plans on running for re-election. Indiana senators voting to advance a bill naming the breaded pork tenderloin the state sandwich. Some senators joked about potential conspiracies against cattle farmers and rival Italian beef sandwiches, but ultimately supported the bill, saying that pork is a staple in Indiana. The bill goes to the House next. It's 5:04, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer. Nobody cares for you like
It's
family.
Terry Stacy, and thousands of people start the year with good intentions of losing weight and getting in shape by spring. For over 22 years, Exercising has helped Hoosiers build muscle and lose weight and transform their health, which means creating lifelong habits rather than a resolution most of us don't keep. Exercising works, and the best part about it, it only takes 20 minutes once a week. Their unique training method was developed in an osteoporosis research study to help prevent bone mineral loss in older women. The women in the study got very strong in a short amount of time. When the method is applied to normal, healthy adults, both men and women get a lot stronger. Their Simple 9 nutritional program has helped their clients lose over 40,000 pounds since 2013. They've also seen their clients lower blood pressure, improve blood sugar, and get off prescription meds. Get started right now. Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and Zionsville. Change your life in 20 minutes once a week. Go to exerciseinc.com to request a free consultation.
With traffic at 5:05, here's Matt Baer.
All right, John, looking at northbound 465 on the northeast side. It's a stall after East 56th Street in the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. Eastbound 70 out the north split slows to rural. Southbound 65-70 jam. North split down to the south split, a 5-minute delay. Northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go traffic from 86 up to 865. Crash on the west side, Rockville Road at Girls School Road. That's reported with injuries. Northeast side, eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue over to I-69 and northbound 69 slow off 465 up to 82nd Street. Traffic sponsored by 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. Indianapolis winters are serious business. 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning is here for heating repairs, replacements, and tune-ups. Visit 1hourindy.com or call 855-1HOUR today. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We'll continue to track some additional scattered snow showers tonight into Thursday morning. Could have an additional light accumulation possible locally with some slick spots emerging into the morning commute Thursday with lows in the teens. And then Thursday morning overall, very cold to start. Single-digit wind chills expected and still very cold into the afternoon hours. Highs only in the mid-20s. Additional snow by late Thursday night and then at times Friday. Highs Friday in the upper 30s with breezy winds. Amish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
My name is Nigel. Jimmy Lopez, Indy Spanglish, at Indy Spanglish on the social media. Filling in for Jason Hammer. How are you, sir?
Doing very well, very well.
Do you feel like prices are coming down at all?
Not if you go to the grocery store.
They're not coming down. They're not coming down, but what is happening, and you'll see in this economy, they are slow to rise. They're not increasing as quick as they have been. Now, they are rising, but at a much slower pace. Now, the consumer price index came in at 2.6 in December. Now, without getting into the weeds of what that means, we don't have to get into the weeds. We can just do the 30,000 foot. Basically means it's the lowest inflation since March of 21. A 5-year low, near a 5-year low, basically erasing all that Joe Biden era inflation. What a disaster Joe Biden was, and we could see it now. And Donald Trump is going to tell you that it's the tariffs. The tariffs are good. I can't tell you if it's the tariffs or not, but I do know that when you see numbers like that and the inflation is near a 5-year low, somebody's doing something right, okay? And while, yes, prices are still coming up, they're doing it at a much slower pace. Even CNBC, it's part of the NBC, the family, MSNBC, NBC, CNBC. This is NBC and some guy from the Wall Street Journal, two economic experts, talking about Trump's economy.
I'm very optimistic. More new highs, good GDP, closed southern border.
Joe, I'm with you on all those positives. I'm not disputing any of those. And the inflation number is one more reason to be optimistic. I think 2026 is going to be a very good year for the economy and the markets.
Wow. CNBC predicting a good year for economy and the markets. And really, that's what people are talking about. That's what people care about. That's what people want the administration to concentrate on, affordability. And it seems to be happening somewhat.
Yeah, when CNBC is saying it, it's probably a little even better than what they're saying. Because they don't want to give him any wins.
No, but the midterms. I mean, everybody's talking about the midterms, 2026. And the pendulum swings the opposite way. When one president is elected, the other party gets more seats.
Almost always.
Almost always.
Because the person that's in charge is doing something wrong. Anything.
But the Democrats really have nothing to grasp onto here coming into the 2026, except Orange Man bad. And it worked for them in 2019 and 2020.
They might try to pull out the ICE Summer of Love again.
Using that as an example as to why.
Try to cause some societal issue and look what he's doing and try to make her the new George Floyd and everybody get out here and he sucks. And
so 2019, 2020, 2021 that's all it was.
Yeah.
That's all. Well, a COVID too. And some, as Rob Kendall would call it, some funny jelly bean counting in terms of votes in the election. I'm not going to say it was quote unquote rigged 100%, but there was definitely some shenanigans going on.
Helen Keller was keeping track of tallies.
Now, Donald Trump again will say the tariffs, inflation low, tariffs high. Trump, did you see the footage of Trump touring the Ford manufacturing plant in Detroit?
I saw the one piece of footage that mattered.
It was that piece of footage that you were talking about was on every social media post. Like, I couldn't scroll past it.
That's some people's profile pictures now.
Trump flipping off a Ford employee. He's walking on like a scaffolding or like a bridge up above the above the factory floor. A Ford employee. What did they start calling
him? A pedophile protector.
Pedophile protector in reference to the Epstein files. Yeah. And Trump extends his arm, extends your middle finger, and not only that, gave him a big, robust F-U to this Ford employee. Quick side note, an update, and then we'll get to what he was doing there. That employee that shouted that at Trump, what, pedo protector?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
What's aggressive?
has been suspended from the Ford plant.
Imagine being at work and you yell that at the president. The president comes in here and David Wood's here, and you yell at the guest of the station.
Not only the president, that's one thing, but I mean the guy standing next to Trump in this next clip. I'm not going to play that. I can't. You can kind of hear it, but it's more of a visual thing. That footage of Trump flipping a guy off, and you can hear him yell "F you." The guy standing next to Trump is Bill Ford, the executive chairman. So what a dumb move by that guy. So he's been suspended. So Trump, here he is talking about the economy, as we were, and how well the auto industry is doing. Again, standing next to him is Bill Ford, the executive chairman.
But they're just saying their business is better than ever. They're doing 24 hours, Jim, now? 6 days a week. And they do expansions, and they're building more plants in the United States because of tariffs. And Bill very strongly confirmed they've never seen anything like it. In all of the years that they've been in business, they've never seen what's happening now like it. So it's a great honor.
Now, Trump likes to
They've
exaggerate.
never seen it.
Never seen anything like it. I've probably seen something similar before. I don't know. Who knows? But the good news is they're hiring more people. Well, I'll let Bill Ford tell you what's going on. This is just one example of this industry coming back. Go ahead.
So we're adding a third shift, and it's going to be running, as the president said, 24 hours, 6 days a week. And that just shows the demand there is for this product, which is the best-selling product, as you all know, in America. And it just gets hotter and hotter.
I feel like the job market is hot and cold. Sometimes I hear from people like they're clamoring, like business owners clamoring for people to come work for them.
Yeah.
In all industries. And then I hear from other people, man,
But AI is getting a lot of people as well.
Yeah, just ask AI Signetti, AI Hogsett, AI Allison.
AI Nigel. The thong singing, yeah. There's some images I will not forget.
AI is doing some destructive things to some people, for sure.
So he says that Ford is the number one product people are buying in America, and I disagree. It's probably Ozempic, but number two would be Ford.
Did you see this? I saw this on Wish TV. Here's the headline. And then, I don't know if you saw this picture or not. SUV drives into school on Indy's southwest side. This happened a little bit after, it was just before 9 o'clock at Linwood Elementary. It's right there on South Lyndhurst and Kentucky Avenue. It was before the start of school. There's no students in the classroom, but there was a teacher.
Oh, wow.
And when I say this car crashed into the building, police are saying the building sustained moderate damage. The car is in the classroom. I don't know what happened. Police are still investigating. There was a mom and a child in the car that was driving. They don't know. The mom's okay. Child was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Good. It could have been a lot worse than it was. They still had school there at...
was the kid driving?
At Linwood. I don't think so. They don't know if speed was a factor. They don't know what happened. But this thing, again, firefighters saying... the building's just...
Like the first half of the car is in the class.
Yes.
That's not moderate damage.
It could have been so much worse than it was. It took crews like an hour to get the vehicle out of the classroom. I don't know what the kids in that specific class that were supposed to be in that room later on.
The car busted through and went, oh, yeah, like the Kool-Aid man.
That's exactly. Oh, yeah. Where's TKW? Where's Megamondo, our old producer? Oh, yeah, when we need him. That's exactly what this car did. It was exactly like the Kool-Aid man busting through literally cinder blocks.
They had to be going fast.
And I imagine being a teacher, I'd be traumatized. I don't know what happened. Investigators don't know what happened. They're still investigating, but thank God nobody was hurt. Let's kick it over to Matt Bear with traffic.
What's up, fellas? Looking at northbound 465 on the east side. That's a stall north of East 56th Street and blocking the right lane. Stop and go traffic back to I-70, an 8-minute delay. Inbound 65 slows from 21st to the north split. Southbound 65-70 jam. North split down to the south split. That's a construction zone. On the northwest side, northbound 465 slow after 86th Street up to 865, making Easter slow out to Ditch Road. A crash on the west side, Rockville Road, a girls' school road, and a crash Madison County. State Road 9 is closed between West Ridge Lane and I-69 Pendleton Avenue. Keep that in mind if you're making your way in Madison County tonight. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
26 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Coming up next, an update from Poindexter. We hear from Timothy Busfield about the ugly charges that's been levied against him. I know him as Poindexter from Revenge of the Nerds. We'll actually hear from him next in a special edition of Are You Okay With This? And the big question is, what is the most important thing that's going to help you maintain your same lifestyle that you have right now, maintaining that lifestyle in retirement? Even if you're not planning on retiring anytime soon, it doesn't hurt to plan for retirement, right? So the most important thing that's going to help you maintain that lifestyle is income. Steady stream of income, you'll be able to do all the things you want to do. Hey, it's Hammer and Nigel, and if you don't realize it, I got news for you. There's strategies with Bill Demery. It could give you a 20% upfront bonus, a strong return that's averaged 10% a year, and it's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. And I like to think of it as creating my own personal pension, you know?
Bill Demery will walk you through all the ways your money will work for you. You work hard for your money, let your money work for you, and let Bill Demery teach you how. 317-805-4716. Set up that free consultation right now. 317-805-4716. 317-805-4716 or visit yourretirementguy.com.
Staying connected shouldn't be a struggle, but for many Hoosiers who are deaf, hard of hearing, deafblind, or have a speech disability, everyday phone calls can be frustrating. That's where Relay Indiana comes in. Relay Indiana is a free statewide service that helps people communicate over the phone by connecting callers through specially trained relay operators. They make sure conversations between specialized devices and standard phones are clear, accurate, and respectful. Relay Indiana also offers relay conference captioning, providing real-time captions for meetings, webinars, and conference calls, so you never miss a word. Whether it's work, family, or everyday life, communication matters. Learn more at RelayIndiana.com. That's RelayIndiana.com. And stay connected.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Weekday mornings at 7:15, the Tony Katz Popcorn Moment. Brought to you by Boer Remodeling. Don't wait any longer for the kitchen you've been dreaming of. Request a consultation at BoerRemodeling.com.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
Are
you really okay with this?
Are you okay?
Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
Jerry Lopez filling in for Hammer. I'm Nigel. Timothy Busfield. He was a longtime Hollywood actor. I know him as Poindexter from Revenge of the Nerds. Jerry just stunned me here. You're not that much younger than I am. How old are you?
I'll be 45 in June.
Okay, so we're 5 years apart.
That's a lot younger.
And you, no, it's not. Come on. Well, maybe a little bit. You've never seen Revenge of the Nerds?
I don't really remember. I saw the picture of this guy, and I know his face from the picture, but
Poindexter.
No, not really.
I mean, like he was on a huge television show in the late 80s, early 90s, 30-something. You've seen Field of Dreams, haven't you, with Kevin Costner? He was the jerk brother. He was Annie's brother.
Okay.
In Field of Dreams. They're trying to get them to sell.
Yeah.
So he has surrendered to police. He's facing charges that he molested 2 young boys on the set of a TV show he was directing. Serious allegations. Nobody could find him for a couple of days. Basically, Siri, I go serious. Siri came on my phone.
Always listening.
It's always listening. So here is Timothy Busfield talking about his innocence.
I'm going to confront these lies. They're horrible. They're all lies. And I did not do anything to those little boys. And I'm going to fight it.
It was a longer statement. He went on to talk about why he was missing for 2 or 3 days. He was wanted in New Mexico. He was in L.A., and his excuse was, look, I had to go find a lawyer, and then I drove 2,000 miles to New Mexico. That's where I was. I was on my way to turn myself in. By the way, married to the chick from Little House on the Prairie, Laura Ingalls, Half Pint, Melissa Gilbert.
Showing your age again. I've heard of the show. I've heard of it.
Come on, man. I watched that with my kids when they were younger. So it's multi-generational.
Because you're making it multi-generational. They don't care.
No, they wanted to watch it. They were fascinated that people used to poop in an outhouse.
Look how bad life could be for you. You better be happy. Go make your bed.
The Ingalls had it all, man.
You don't make your bed, you'll watch Old Yeller next. Watch what I do to the dog.
I'll tell you what, man. Little House on the Prairie was a show that highlighted they weren't afraid to confront racism back then and stuff like that, but they used like the real words on that show.
Yikes.
Back in the 70s and 80s, and I would find myself having to go, Daddy, why are they making the Indian guy sit out back? Why are they making this guy sit outside on the train when everybody else is sitting on the inside? And then somebody would use the word, the big one.
The hard R?
Hard R.
Oh, wow.
on that show, highlighting racism and discrimination back then. And I'd have to go, like to try to cover up my kids hearing that word I would not ever want them to repeat. You should have seen me back then.
Panic.
Like 2, 3, or 4 years ago. We said, pandemic. Well, that's when we started watching it. It was during the pandemic. So anyway, that's the update on Poindexter right there. Allison, a little mood music, please.
Now this is a story all about how my life.
Tell me you watched this show.
Definitely. Grew up on this one.
That is the theme song from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith. What's the guy named Carlton Alfonso?
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah. So that house that they showed on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that's a real house. Now, I'm sure the interior was a set, a Hollywood set, but that's a real house. That Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house is hitting the market. It's yours if you have close to $30 million. Would you ever in your lifetime, even if you had the money now, knowing what you know about life, would you ever pay $30 million for a house?
No. So I think this is a better deal. The Home Alone house sold for 5.5 in Chicago.
Yeah, they redid that entire thing. It looks like a totally different house.
Yeah, but I'd rather buy that for 5.5 than this one.
I would never. I don't know that I'd spend $5 million in a house if I had unlimited resources. I just would feel. I would feel weird. I'd fix my house up and maybe go buy a nice place in Florida somewhere
or some island.
$30 million, and you know what the effed up thing is? A $30 million house in Beverly Hills would probably cost you only a few million here.
What's
in
the taxes
Indiana.
on that in California?
No kidding. And trust me, California is losing billionaires left and right. Well, let's head to Texas. Businesses and billionaires left and right. No state income tax in certain areas of the country. And Texas is like, okay, that's why you start to see people like Jasmine Crockett pop up, because there's pockets of Texas that are purple.
Austin.
That used to be red. Austin, yeah.
Austin's
I lived
a big
there
one.
Austin, I lived there for 2 years.
I didn't know it was a blue city. I thought it was red. I thought everything in Texas
I think
was
it's
red.
been blue for a long
But
time.
much like Indianapolis, it's kind of protected by the red of the rest of the state.
You would think, but Jasmine Crockett has proved you wrong, the representative out of Texas, and who wants to become a senator. Good luck with that. Okay, some dude. Let's see if you're okay with this one. This is so stupid. People have too much time on their hands.
I already know what this guy looks like, by the way.
You do?
Yeah.
What's he look like?
Go ahead and read it.
Some dude invented a device that lets you scroll through TikTok by honking your horn. Let me be specific here. It's an iPad attached to the back of his trunk. So other drivers driving behind him can doom scroll while in traffic. And you scroll by honking your horn. So you have a driver looking at the big iPad stuck on this guy's trunk in front of you, and you can actually scroll TikTok. Here is Maddie of something called Unnecessary Inventions talking about his creation.
So I built this device here that attaches to your car, and it's got a TikTok video feed as well as an integrated microphone. And so that way anyone behind you can honk their horn and it'll swipe to the next TikTok video, hopefully making traffic a little bit more enjoyable. It uses a giant magnet, and that's how it sticks to your car. And then the inside is just an iPad for the video feed. And just like that, we were in business.
Okay, are you okay with this invention?
No, he said it makes it more enjoyable. I got to hear if I'm next to you in traffic, some idiot behind you is just honking the whole time. That's not more enjoyable. That sucks.
And so what does the guy look like?
I mean, he's definitely the whitest thing I've heard today. There's no doubt about that. Are we debating that? First of all, his name's Maddie. All right? Definitely the whitest thing I've heard today. This is horrible. It's funny. It's cutesy. You do it. Put it on the back of your mom's car and let her roll around, figure out why everybody's honking at her.
You're not going to believe what RFK Jr., who was the Secretary of Health and Human Services under Trump, had to say about his president and his diet. We'll hear from RFK Jr. next after a look at the news with John Herrick.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A week for the winter coat, gloves, and more. You've got snow falling all across central Indiana right now. It's also cloudy and 26 at our Radio 1 studios, but it feels like 5 degrees. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 529. The snow that continues to move through Indiana is supposed to be light, but the temperatures are also expected to just keep dropping.
Colder air gets reinforced this weekend, and we could have low temperatures near zero Sunday and Monday with highs in the teens, wind chills below zero. So it's that type of weather pattern where it's winter and you just know it.
He says most places in Indiana will get around an inch of snow, but amounts heavier than that are expected in northern Indiana. Indiana Governor Mike Braun saying earlier this afternoon he has what's called his 2026 Freedom and Opportunity Agenda focused on kitchen table issues. He also said he's going to talk more about that in his State of the State address tonight at 7:30, which you can listen to right here on 93 WIBC. You might remember that UPS plane that crashed in Louisville, Kentucky late last year. Well, the National Travel Safety Board says there was a long documented issue with part of that aircraft. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
The National Transportation Safety Board says Boeing told UPS there were 4 previous failures of a part that helped secure the engines to the MD-11 aircraft back in 2011. However, at that time, Boeing did not believe there was a threat to aircraft safety. The left engine blew off the wing of a UPS aircraft this past November as it was taking off. The left wing ended up engulfed in flames. 3 pilots on board were killed, as were 12 more people on the ground working near the airport. The NTSB also said cracks found in some of the parts that held the engine to the wing had not been spotted during regular maintenance checks. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
President Trump says he's bringing whole milk back to school cafeterias. Today at the White House, he signed a bipartisan bill that reversed Obama-era restrictions to allow schools to offer whole and 2% milk.
With this legislation, schools will finally be able to expand their offerings to include nutritious whole milk.
The Obama rules restricted students to fat-free or low-fat milk. And 28 years later, Bone Temple is fighting to lead the domestic box office at movie theaters this weekend. The fourth installment in Sony's dystopian franchise is aiming for $20 to $22 million in its four-day debut. Its biggest competition comes from Avatar: Fire and Ash, the sequel to The Way of Water. And with a look at traffic now, here's Matt Baer.
All right, John, check it out the east side. It is northbound 465 between 70 and Penn Pike. It is a crash right in the middle of the interstate, blocking the center lane and causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. Downtown, inbound 65, slow 21st to Meridian. Northbound 65, slow out of the north split up to 21st Street. Southbound 65, 70 downtown. Stop-and-go traffic from 70 down to the south split. That is a construction zone. Crash downtown southbound west at 11. Crash west side, Rockville Road at Girls School Road. That's reported with injuries. Also, State Road 9 in Madison County, that is closed from Ridge Lane to I-69 Pendleton Avenue, closed because of a crash. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
And then Thursday morning overall, very cold to start. Single-digit wind chills expected and still very cold into the afternoon hours. Highs only in the mid-20s. Additional snow by late Thursday night and then at times Friday. Highs Friday in the upper 30s with breezy winds. Amish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
Then I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Anybody hear me accidentally crack the mic during the bottom of the hour news right there? I thought I was hitting the talk back. There's a way. Allison is behind the glass now, so we can't just sit here and talk to her in the studio anymore like we did on Monument Circle. She's behind glass, and I got this little button I can talk to her. And it cuts me off, and it takes me in there. And I accidentally turn the microphone on, and we got a story coming up about a Waymo car going out of control, which Waymo is not in Indiana, but those are those driverless cars in places like Phoenix and Los Angeles. Did that go over the air?
It did, and then I would like the listeners to also know that all this week you've been using your talkback as your cough button. And so those who don't know, they have a mute button so they can clear their throats, and Nigel clears his throat a lot. And he was holding the talk back to me, so every 2 seconds during a segment I hear, so we're still getting used to the buttons around here. It's fine.
My apologies for everybody. Well, would you rather just do it on the air then, while Hammer's like on a rant?
Yes, actually. Then I wouldn't be alone.
Hey-o! Did you hear what RFK Jr. said about Trump's diet? Jerry Lopez is filling in for Hammer over here.
I mean, I love RFK, and I did hear this clip. It's amazing.
I met him briefly. He's, a beast.
It's taken me some time to get used to his voice. I'm not going to lie. It was a little hard at first.
Well, he's got an affliction. He's got some sort of thing with his...
Had some medical issues.
His throat.
Yeah.
But this is from the Katie Miller podcast. Katie Miller worked under the Trump administration in various different roles, but she is married to current presidential advisor Stephen Miller.
And the GOAT of interviews. Stephen Miller will give it to you.
He takes no crap whatsoever. He's been doing it for years. So he's the tall, skinny, bald guy. Kind of looks like Dracula. But so this is the Katie Miller podcast, which is a huge podcast. I think it's doing very well on Spotify, iHeart, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. So she had RFK Jr. on, Trump's Health and Human Services guy, the Secretary of Health, HHS.
Make America healthy again.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Katie asked RFK, who has the most unhinged eating habits?
Who has the most unhinged eating habits?
The president. The interesting thing about the president is that he eats really bad food, which is McDonald's, and then, candy and Diet Coke. But he drinks the Diet Coke all times. He has the constitution of a deity. I don't know how he's alive.
There you go. A guy who probably hasn't had a carb since the 80s. RFK Jr. saying, yeah, the unhinged eating habits of Donald Trump, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, does this surprise you, though? This is from the guy who had the college football world champions in the Oval Office one year. I don't know if it was Alabama. I forget who it was. But instead of having like a nice, elegant steak dinner, he had it tricked out with McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell.
And people try to talk crazy, and the kids loved it.
Not only did they love it, but they were shoving leftover hamburgers in their pockets to take home as leftovers back to the hotel.
I support this completely. I have the McDonald's app. I have like 75,000 points, dude.
Can I tell you something? The more you order at McDonald's, the less it is. We had 7 kids overnight for my son's 14th birthday. 7 dudes, 7 little teenagers.
Can I guess how much it costs? What'd you order? I want to guess.
2 40-piece chicken McNuggets.
That's huge.
And 3 baskets of fries.
Like 40-piece nuggets, I don't know. Let's call $50, $60.
Less than $50.
Okay.
When you go, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40. Like it costs
$12 per person.
It costs $10 for a meal.
Yeah.
For the chicken McNugget meal for a 10-piece. And I was stunned, actually. So I was the big hero when I got home. Here's 80 McNuggets and 3 baskets of fries. I'm going upstairs to watch TV. You guys keep it down here. Here's more from RFK Jr. on Trump's diet. He's saying, like, yeah, he eats McDonald's and stuff, but he eats pretty well at Mar-a-Lago and the Oval Office.
And he's at Mar-a-Lago. He says that the only time that he eats the junk food is when he's on the road, and he wants to eat food from big corporations because he trusts it. He doesn't want to get sick when he's on the road. But when he's at Mar-a-Lago or at the White House, he's eating really good food. If you travel with him, you get this idea that he's just pumping himself full of poison all day long, and you don't know how he's walking around, much less being the most energetic person, any of us have ever met.
So at least in the Oval Office, he's getting a steady diet of fruit and veggies.
Yeah.
On the road, though.
Veggies come from lettuce on the quarter pounder.
Yeah.
Pickles.
On the road.
Tomato.
I love how Trump doesn't trust anything when he's on the road except McDonald's.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Here's something that's going to blow your mind. A simple hack. If you've ever struggled to open something in that tight plastic packaging, you know what I'm saying? This woman, it's kind of ironic. She's trying to open a clear plastic package that contains scissors. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you think you have to take, I feel like those kinds of packages where it's tight and it's sealed all the way around.
You buy like a USB stick at Walmart, and the plastic is like fused to the paper.
I got something here to blow your mind. How do you get it out without trying to, slice yourself open with a box cutter or another pair of scissors? Here's how.
You don't need scissors to open these. And I was shocked when I saw somebody do this. All you've got to do, guys, is squeeze it.
What?
Bottom pops open. It's that simple.
Bottom pops open. It's that simple. I had no clue. And I watched this. It's a hot chick, too. Real hot.
Watched it about 8 times.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like this older mommy. And she was smoking. And she has that accent, too. That gets me. And I had no idea. She just squeezed the whole thing and the bottom popped open. So no more getting out box cutters for those USB sticks. Do people even use those anymore?
I don't
Is there
know.
something more
I
technological?
find myself trying to push whatever product I bought through the paper on the back end, which never works. And then I get the scissors, and I'm on the back like scraping the cardboard, trying to cut it.
And I always do it the wrong way. I scrape it towards my body.
Yeah, very
So I impale myself with the box cutter. Idiot. Since I went on the air and was talking about the Waymo driver, let's get to that, Allison. Some guys in Phoenix caught this on camera. Another bad example of what it's like to be in a self-driving car. I would never get in one of these things. A self-driving, where they call it Waymo. Again, not in Indianapolis or Indiana, but they have them in bigger cities like Los Angeles. This one's in Phoenix. So instead of driving in a street lane, it was driving on light rail tracks.
Oh, my gosh.
The light rail, the train, and it stopped. The passenger got out just as the light rail train was coming up behind it.
The Waymo's on the track. What an idiot. Here comes the train. Oh, get out, get out, get out. Oh, man. Oh, no, he's in the reverse.
I love how these guys weren't very concerned for the well-being of this individual. They decided instead to get out to help him. Instead of getting out to help him, hey, get out your phone. This could go viral. This guy's about ready to get hit in a Waymo car by a train, a speeding light rail.
That dude was definitely stoned. Play it again, Allison. Play it again.
I wanna
Definitely
hear
stoned.
one more time.
The Waymo's on the track. What an idiot. Here comes the train. Oh, get out, get out, get out. Oh, man. Oh, no, he's in the reverse.
He said, hey, man, that Waymo's on the track, man.
Yeah, only a guy like you would know that.
Well,
you know what one sounds like, don't you?
You need to know who is doing things illegally. Did you see the Waymo pulled police in L.A.? Had like a standoff with a car, and the Waymo pulled right into the scene and tried to make a left.
Hammer's assertion that AI is eventually going to try to kill us all is coming to fruition right before our very eyes.
No doubt about it.
Now, the train, I don't know what happened.
Did they hit the
Waymo.
car?
The train did not hit the car.
Okay.
The train, I don't know, ended up stopping or going into it. I don't know how that works, but it did not hit the car. But good God. Why would you get into a driverless car in the first place? I could never imagine myself in a million years. And sometimes people, they're going the wrong way and the Waymo won't stop and they can't get out of the car because the doors won't unlock.
Yeah.
And I've heard conversations with people that are operating the Waymos, the customer service, saying, sorry, sir, we're working on it. Just be patient.
You're just trapped in the car?
Yeah, you're just trapped in the car.
That's so scary.
Like an elevator. I don't know which is scarier.
Just start delivering convicts to jail like that. Just free Uber, and you just drop them off.
All right, we'll be back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Totally changed my life.
It's amazing.
I don't have any cravings.
You want to quit, but have found it impossible? This is the thing for you. I have absolutely no craving. It's the darndest thing I have ever seen in my life.
It's not for entertainment. It's for results.
Do it. It works. Period.
You've tried everything else. You need to come and try this.
Stop smoking with hypnosis. Only $59.99 guaranteed or your money back. Stop smoking with hypnosis guaranteed with no irritability and no cravings. Don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all. In addition, use hypnosis to lose all the weight and destroy unwanted cravings. Hypnosis programs are Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis at 5:30, stop smoking hypnosis 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m., stop smoking hypnosis at 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
Hey, dudes, I know you've heard of TRT, but you have no idea what testosterone can do for you. Now you can take the test for free at Synergen X and Low T Center. Walk in before 10 a.m. or book ahead at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
All right, guys, it's go time. It's a brand new year. It's time to take care of yourselves. Get in right now for a free TRT test at Synergen X and the Low T Center. No appointment necessary if you get there before 10 a.m., or you could just book ahead at fixmylowt.com. You're going to wish you had done this sooner. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have a little uptick in the libido department. It's going to be the best thing that's happened to you. Log on right now to fixmylowt.com or walk in to one of the clinics near you. Low T Center and Synergen X, fixmylowt.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
There's one name for every home system. Chapman. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drains, electrical, and now proudly serving Bloomington. Remember the man for all seasons, and now more reasons. Chapman. ChapmanHeating.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
We have the best technicians in the business here at Family. They'll take care of you every time. 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Celebrate in red, white, and blue with Hammer and Nigel at Woodland Bowl January 16th. They're live at 3 and bowling kicks off at 6:30. Go to WIBC.com for your chance to win tickets to the sold-out Red, White, and Bowl presented by Jack Daniels and benefiting the Bowlers to Veterans link.
Matt Bear, the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
What's up, Nigel? Looking at the east side, northbound 465 before Penn Pike. That's a crash in the center lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70 for a 5-minute delay. Southbound 6570, stop-and-go Washington Street to the south split because of construction. Eastbound and westbound 465, slow on the north side before and after Michigan Road. In Madison County, State Road 9 is closed right now from Ridge Lane to Pendleton Avenue. That's because of a crash, and the location on 9 is just south of I-69, something to keep in mind if you're up around there. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Okay, we're looking at 26. Feels like 7 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center on 93 WIBC. Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jerry Lopez filling in for Hammer. An entire hour of the show coming up after 6 o'clock. Then at 7:30. Just a quick programming note, we are running Governor Braun's State of the State address, so tune in for that. We'll have highlights for you tomorrow on the show. And another note, the Hammer and Nigel 3rd Annual Red, White, and Bowl event presented by Jack Daniels at Woodland Bowl, raising money for charity. There at 96 at Keystone, sold out, Jerry. You've been to this event before. It's happening Friday. This Friday, we'll be broadcasting live. You want to come out early and hang out. Even if you don't have a ticket, you can come and just hang out and have a beer before the event, and we'll be broadcasting live. But you've been to this.
Yeah, I went 2 years ago. We'll be there Friday again.
Do you have a lane this time?
No, I'm not bowling. I'm just drinking. All right.
I ain't bowling.
But
I'm just drinking.
I mean, listen, you're supporting the vets. Can I just drink, Nigel? Come
That's
on.
right. You're allowed.
But if
Yeah.
there's anything I know, it's whenever you and Hammer do an event, it's always amazing. So if you've never been to an event, come out. It's for a fantastic cause. Get to see the guys live. But it's also to support the vets. So it is just me to you guys, thank you for what you guys do. I think it's pretty freaking cool.
The lanes are all sold out.
Yeah.
And so
The drinks are not.
The drinks are not. But so you get a pizza buffet and stuff like that if you got a ticket, and all the portion of the proceeds going to locally here, staying right here in Central Indy for local Hoosier veterans, and that is coming up Friday. Can we please do some booze news?
You set him up and I'll knock him back, Lloyd. 1 by 1.
We are gonna read booze news because it's really fun.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Hammer and Nigel presents
Booze news, booze news. Time for booze news. So this dude in Wisconsin got arrested. He was caught driving under the influence. 21 times the legal limit. Why am I yelling? I have no inner monologue and I'm having trouble controlling the volume of my voice. 21 times the legal limit, Jerry. Now, this dude had a previous DUI, so his legal limit was .02. But it's .08 there in Wisconsin. It's .08 here, right?
Yeah,
pretty
that's
low.
here too.
Pretty low threshold, pretty low standard, and that's fine. But he was more than 5 times the legal limit. His blood alcohol was .427. That's you're talking. You need to go to the hospital, man. You need to get some help.
You don't get there overnight. You don't get there overnight. He worked up to a .42. Let's be honest. That would kill most people.
That's a couple days running.
Yeah, you've been
right
at this,
there,
baby.
isn't
You've
it?
paid your dues. Yeah.
I don't
nuts.
Look, man. In my 20s and 30s, I probably drank more than I should have.
You were never
I didn't.
.4.
I don't know. I'll put it this way. I never drove. Never. Especially .02, .08, .24,
Yeah, no.
.42.
Hey, we saw Rob Kendall drive you home one day.
Well, that was after last year's Red, White, and Bowl.
Gave us the whole lowdown.
Streaming live. Yes, that was the deal. I said if Rob Kendall could drive me home, I would stream the entire thing live, and that was a little bit embarrassing. It's like, grow up, dude. But whatever. I had fun.
You're almost 50.
Well, last year I was almost 49. So I was still in my 40s at this point. Now I've grown up.
Technically still in your 40s.
Technically, yes, for a few more months. So I've not made it there yet, but I'm certainly working on it. Oh, did you see? I wanted to get to this before we hit a break. Actor Kiefer Sutherland, who's had his issues with alcohol. Kiefer Sutherland, I think he's in his late. I think he might be 59 years old or something like that. And he was a big film and TV star in the 80s.
That's Jack from 24.
Jack Bauer.
That's how I know
from
him.
24. That's how a lot of people your age, 5 years younger. You're so much younger.
Well, you
than
did
me,
say
sorry.
your age, so you're designating that we're not the same age. You've just said that. Yes, people my age.
Stand By Me, Lost Boys, the 24. Stand By Me and Lost Boys, iconic films of the 80s. You've never seen The Lost Boys?
Is that the one?
Or Stand By Me?
Don't they
Rob
scream
Reiner?
something at the end of Lost Boys?
It's been a while since I've seen it. I don't know. But anyway, Kiefer Sutherland arrested this week, yesterday, alleged to have had physical confrontations with a rideshare driver. Physically assaulted was what the charge was. He's out of jail now. He bonded out.
Maybe he had a flashback. He thought it was a terrorist from 24 trying to kill the president.
Dude, go back and type in, see if you can do it right now, or we're up against it, but type in Kiefer Sutherland Christmas tree. There's footage of him back in the day when he was a drinker walking through a shopping mall at Christmas, and he does like a Jerry Springer arrow dive into this Christmas tree, and it's the funniest thing you'll ever see in your life. Just tackles this Christmas tree out of nowhere in the shopping mall. He had to have had a buzz. He's just casually walking along. Oh, look at me. I'm Kiefer Sutherland. Christmas tree! Tackles it. Hilarious.
Hey, before we get out of here, can we get one squall from you? People been.
Squall! It's a Hammer and Nigel show. I've got two big celebrations, two big birthdays happening in March. My wife and my daughter. No place I'd rather go than PA Jewelers at the farmhouse in Brownsburg to look for that special, unique piece of jewelry for a birthday celebration. And because it's local, because Bryce and Jolie love their customers and the people that come in, PA Jewelers has the best prices of all their competitors because they choose not to mark their jewelry up like the other guys do. PA Jewelers at the farmhouse in Brownsburg, 3750 South Green Street, PAJewelers.com.